Chapter 1443. Sacred Fire Triple Transformation. With his body injured, Yi Chunfeng did not hesitate to ignite the 3 sacred fires to suppress his injuries. He increased his strength to the limit of a 3-star Dao Saint and continued to battle with the black-robed man. Watermark Advertisement Test. Watermark Advertisement Test. Vertigo Art. During the intense battle, Yi Chunfeng suddenly controlled the god-engulfing brain to quickly deduce, forming a terrifying vertigo power that blasted into the black-robed man's soul sea. However, it was like a clay ox entering the sea. It did not affect or harm the black-robed man at all. How could this be? The black-robed man was actually immune to soul-spirit attacks. After the vertigo art failed, Yi Chunfeng immediately used his sword steps to dodge with all his might. However, he had lost the initiative and was still unable to dodge. 5 before he completely dodged the black-robed man's attack. However, he was struck by the numerous sharp sword shadows that the black-robed man sent flying. It was over. The black-robed man leaped high into the air. Layers of sword Dao patterns surged out of his body. He activated hundreds of sword Dao patterns and transformed them into an invincible divine sword that slashed open the space. It was like a crack that connected heaven and earth as it slashed towards Yi Chunfeng, who was smashed into the ground. Spatial laws, spatial folds. At the critical moment, Yi Chunfeng used the spatial laws to control the spatial folds in front of him. He used the layers to block the black-robed man's shocking sword. 3 bloodlines ignite. Using the time when the spatial folds were blocking, Yi Chunfeng flew out of the pit and ignited his 3 bloodlines, increasing his strength to the limit. True Dragon Transformation. Following that, he used the dragon race's side branch mystical ability. His entire body turned into a terrifying true dragon. He twisted his huge body and carried a powerful dragon's aura as he attacked the black-robed man. Groan! Groan! The moment Yi Chunfeng used the true dragon transformation to attack, the black-robed man also used the true dragon transformation. He transformed into a terrifying true dragon and met the attack head-on. He engaged in an intense battle with Yi Chunfeng in midair. The 2 true dragons' auras surged endlessly as they fought intensely. The power that erupted from their intense battle could destroy heaven and earth. They kept attacking the restrictions of the temple. However, the restrictions of this ancient temple were too terrifying. They had to withstand the waves of destructive power. 5 before the Divine Palace's restrictions did not budge at all. It was not affected at all. The 2 true dragons fought fiercely for half an incense stick worth of time, then separated from each other with wounds all over their bodies. Neither of them could do anything to the other. Space trajectory. Reverting to his original form, Yi Chunfeng once again used the law of space, escaping into a mysterious trajectory, controlling the bronze sword spirit to attack the black-clothed man. Caught off guard, the black-robed man was struck by the bronze sword soul's 10-foot-long sword, and was sent flying. As expected, although this black-robed man could replicate my attack, the sword soul and the spatial laws were too profound for him to replicate. After a series of fierce battles, Yi Chunfeng confirmed that the black-clothed man was unable to replicate the space principle and sword soul that he had comprehended, and he let out a long sigh of relief. Swoosh. Yi Chunfeng derived the great Tao and used his body to control the sword. With a slash, the profound sword Tao pattern turned into the cosmos sword array. It sealed the space around the black-robed man and attacked his body from all angles. After being attacked by Yi Chunfeng's cosmos sword array, the black-robed man, who had a sword scar on his chest, did not panic. He quickly turned his body and also derived the cosmos sword array. It turned into a sword tornado that engulfed heaven and earth, neutralizing Yi Chunfeng's attack. Bronze sword soul fuse. When Yi Chunfeng and the black-robed man controlled the cosmos sword array to fight fiercely, Yi Chunfeng controlled the bronze sword soul to fuse into the cosmos sword array. It further increased the power of the cosmos sword array and instantly suppressed the black-robed man's attack. 111 When the black-robed man wanted to quickly change and forcibly break the cosmos sword array that was suppressing him, Yi Chunfeng once again escaped into the space trajectory and instantly appeared in front of the black-robed man. Break! Yi Chunfeng let out a roar. A terrifying power gushed out of his body like a surging tide. Strands of will of the way lingered around him endlessly. He punched out with both fists. More than 700 million pounds of power erupted. The terrifying power was like a giant star that ruthlessly bombarded the black-robed man's body. It directly broke through the black-robed man's defenses and sent him flying with a single punch. Spatial folds. Break. When the black-robed man landed heavily on the ground, Yi Chunfeng leaped high into the air. He constantly controlled spatial folds to appear and repeatedly bombarded the black-robed man's body, aggravating his injuries. Under Yi Chunfeng's continuous control of spatial folds, the black-robed man's injuries continued to worsen. Cracks began to appear on the surface of his body. Doomsday calamity. Yi Chunfeng did not give the black-robed man a chance to catch his breath. While the black-robed man was using all his strength to defend against the spatial folds, Yi Chunfeng rapidly deduced the 3 spirit-level Tao diagrams. He condensed 3 doomsdays, and with the destructive power of a natural disaster, they bombarded the black-robed man. Boom, 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 the 3 doomsdays exploded. The terrifying power of doomsdays penetrated the black-robed man's body through the cracks, constantly drilling into his body, wanting to pulverize him. With my body, evolved the great Tao of heaven and earth. As his injuries continued to worsen, the black-robed man used his final technique. With his body as a medium, he evolved the terrifying great Tao of heaven and earth, driving the momentum of the world. With the most tyrannical momentum, he shattered the overlapping space and swept towards Yi Chunfeng. Desolate furnace of heaven. As the black-robed man evolved the great Tao of heaven and earth to attack, Yi Chunfeng immediately transformed into the desolate furnace of heaven. Boundless Tao will swirled around him as he slammed into the terrifying great Tao. Rumble, rumble, rumble. When Yi Chunfeng transformed into the desolate furnace of heaven and earth, he caused the entire world to tremble. Bronze sword soul, evolve sword diagram. When the 2 terrifying attacks clashed fiercely, Yi Chunfeng controlled the bronze sword soul to evolve into a powerful sword diagram. It crazily cut through the great Tao of heaven and earth that the black-robed man had evolved, giving him the most fundamental and fatal attack. Finally, under Yi Chunfeng's frenzied attacks, the great Tao of heaven and earth that the black-robed man had evolved was broken. Covered in wounds and sword marks, he fell from the sky and landed heavily on the ground. You're not bad, but I still have one last move. If you can take it, you'll pass. The black-robed man, who was seriously injured and could be broken at any time, got up from the ground and looked calmly at Yi Chunfeng. After he finished speaking, he suddenly burned his entire body. Endless sword will gushed out of his body. In an instant, he evolved the invincible sword principle and launched the final attack on Yi Chunfeng. Black Dragon of Extinction sword. Yi Chunfeng's pupils shrank. He poured all his strength and Tao will into the bronze sword soul. The rolling Tao will was as boundless as the sea, endless. He urged the bronze sword soul to transform into a black dragon of extinction sword. It swallowed the world and crashed into the invincible sword principle that the black-robed man had evolved. Boom! The 2 attacks collided and directly collapsed the space within a radius of a few miles. The whole world was dark and chaotic, as if the end of the world had arrived. Puff! Yi Chunfeng, who had lost control of his body, spat out several mouthfuls of blood and flew out. He fell more than 1,000 meters away and crashed heavily on the ground. The black-robed man suffered the attack of the black dragon that the bronze sword soul had evolved into. His entire body exploded and dissipated between heaven and earth with the terrible destructive power. Mobile reading site, book address. For the convenience of your next reading, you can click on the Save button below to record this reading record. You can see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1444. Hoo, I finally succeeded. Seeing the black-clothed man disappear, the severely injured Yi Chunfeng let out a long sigh of relief. He quickly sat down cross-legged and adjusted his breathing to recover. At this time, the restrictions that shrouded the ancient temple disappeared. A boundless and ancient aura surged out from the temple. The spiritual qi in the ancient city was abundant, and its level was extremely high. Yi Chunfeng took about half a day to recover his depleted soul power and heal his heavy injuries. Then, he stepped on the stone steps that had experienced many vicissitudes of life and walked towards the ancient and mysterious divine palace. He forcefully pushed open the door. 5 before 2 dragon heads were embedded on the huge copper door of the temple. A terrifying restrictive power emanated from the temple and instantly affected Yi Chunfeng's strength, forcefully lowering his cultivation level by 1 level. What a terrifying restriction! Just what is in this temple? Could it be that the celestial race's supreme expert is suppressing this temple? Yi Chunfeng adjusted his inner qi and carefully walked into the pitch-black, lightless deity palace filled with terrifying restrictions. When Yi Chunfeng felt that his cultivation level was being suppressed and dropped to the level of a reverse beast king, a moonstone embedded in the wall of the divine palace lit up, illuminating the entire divine palace. At the center of the divine hall where numerous stone pillars with coiled dragons stood, an old man sat cross-legged. He wore an ancient dragon robe, a crown on his head, and dragon boots on his feet. His face was gloomy, and his eyes were tightly shut. Above this old man's head was a drop of blood, a drop of dark golden blood. The terrifying restrictive power that permeated the temple was released by this drop of blood. This drop of blood, seeing this drop of dark golden blood releasing a suppressive force, Yi Chunfeng's eyes lit up. He recognized that this drop of blood was the same as the one that had parasitized the chaos divine wood. It came from the same person. Could it be that this drop of blood was left behind by my father? Yi Chunfeng controlled the God-Eater brain to sense it several times. He felt a familiar aura from this drop of dark golden blood. A trace of anticipation appeared in his heart as he slowly walked over. Whoosh whoosh when Yi Chunfeng approached the dragon-robed elder who was sitting cross-legged, his status unknown, he suddenly opened his tightly shut eyes. 2 rays of light shot out from his eyes like lightning, stabbing towards Yi Chunfeng like knives. In the next moment, a power that exceeded Yi Chunfeng's imagination erupted from the dragon-robed old man's body. This power was so strong that Yi Chunfeng felt a deep sense of powerlessness. His expression changed slightly as he retreated without hesitation. "Junior, how did you get in here?" The dragon-robed old man suddenly woke up and spoke. His terrifying voice caused Yi Chunfeng's eardrums to hurt. It was by chance that this junior entered this place. Yi Chunfeng could vaguely guess the identity of the old man when he sensed the heavenly energy emanating from his body and casually made up a story. Really? Although the dragon-robed old man didn't believe Yi Chunfeng's explanation, he didn't expose it. He said in a low voice, "Junior, are you willing to help me leave this damned place? If you are willing, I can give you unimaginable benefits and take you as my disciple." Not knowing if Senior is Yi Chunfeng, he asked deliberately. "I am the first godly emperor of the 9 Heavens God Kingdom, Jiutian. You can also call me 9 Heavens Supreme," the dragon-robed old man said arrogantly. "The first godly emperor of the 9 Heavens God Kingdom," Yi Chunfeng said in surprise. "Since Senior is a heavenly supreme and the first godly emperor of the 9 Heavens God Kingdom, why are you suppressed here? When you help me get out, I will naturally tell you the reason." Jiutian said. "Sorry Senior, Junior is too weak to help Senior. Senior should wait for other fated people." Yi Chunfeng thought for a moment and tactfully refused. "Wait, don't be in such a hurry to leave." The dragon-robed old man saw Yi Chunfeng was about to turn around and leave. He immediately became anxious and shouted, Are you afraid that if you let me out, I will harm you? That's right, this junior is indeed worried about this. Yi Chunfeng nodded and said frankly, How about this? I swear by the Tao of Heaven, as long as you can help me get out of here, I will not harm you. Instead, I will give you endless benefits. After being suppressed in the godly palace for countless years, Di Jiutian didn't have much lifespan left. It could be said that Yi Chunfeng was his only hope to get out of here. He had to grab hold of him, or else he would never see the light of day again. If I can help Senior leave here, what benefits will Senior give me? Yi Chunfeng thought for a moment and asked. I can let you inherit my legacy and learn everything I have learned. Di Jiutian threw out a huge temptation. I don't need it. Yi Chunfeng shook his head and refused directly. Then what do you want? Di Jiutian was surprised. A heavenly master was an expert in the heaven region, let alone in the Duhan continent. It could be said that the inheritance of a heavenly master was enough to make anyone jealous. However, Di Jiutian realized that Yi Chunfeng wasn't interested at all. I heard that a heavenly master's essence blood can improve one's physique. 2238 A third of the heavenly master's essence blood. Yi Chunfeng thought for a moment and said, Junior, this old man has been suppressed here for countless years and has long since reached the end of my life. If I give you a third of my Empyrean blood essence, I fear I will immediately die. So, forgive me for not being able to agree to your request. Di Jiutian frowned slightly and said in a low voice, Okay, then I will take a step back and ask for a fifth of your heavenly master's essence blood. Yi Chunfeng hesitated and said, If Senior refuses again, then I will have to give up. Okay, I will agree to your request. Although Di Jiutian was annoyed, he knew that he had no other choice. As long as he could get out, he would have complete control over Yi Chunfeng's life and death. He would also be able to get back a fifth of the heavenly master's essence blood. Yi Chunfeng looked at the gloomy Di Jiutian and said loudly, Senior, swear to the heavens. Okay. Di Jiutian took a deep breath and suppressed the anger in his heart. He swore a heavenly master's oath in front of everyone. Senior, how can I help you get out? Yi Chunfeng asked after Di Jiutian swore. Do you see the drop of blood floating above my head? As long as you find a way to weaken the blood suppression on me, I will be able to get out. Di Jiutian pointed at the dark golden blood that was suppressing him. Will it be dangerous for me to attack that drop of blood? Yi Chunfeng looked at the dark golden blood and said worriedly. Don't worry, you can try to attack it. If there is no danger, you can find a way to weaken the blood suppression on me. In order to dispel Yi Chunfeng's worries, Di Jiutian said patiently. Yi Chunfeng took a deep breath and took sword steps. He withstood the overwhelming spatial pressure and approached the drop of dark golden blood that was suppressing Di Jiutian. At the same time, he was also very excited. It could be said that Yi Chunfeng had deliberately negotiated with Di Jiutian. His real goal was not the fifth of Di Jiutian's essence blood, but to get close to the drop of dark golden blood. If this drop of blood was really related to his background, Yi Chunfeng felt that he had a chance of subduing this drop of essence blood. As for the threat of Di Jiutian escaping, he did not take it to heart. He believed that if all of this was left behind by his father would definitely have a backup plan. Moreover, he had a feeling that Di Jiutian had been suppressing this place for a long time. Phew, I hope my guess is right. Yi Chunfeng took a deep breath and extended his right index finger to touch the drop of dark golden blood that was releasing a terrifying suppressive force. Mobile reading website. Book address. In order to make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1445. Qi. Yi Chunfeng stretched out his finger. The restriction around the dark golden blood droplet was like a paper window. It kept shattering. His finger easily touched the dark golden blood droplet. Watermark advertisement test. Watermark advertisement test. In the next moment, the drop of blood shone brightly and connected with his body. A terrifying bloodline power was awakened. What is going on? Who is this kid? Deity, who had been suppressed by the drop of blood for countless years, felt uneasy when he saw Yi Chunfeng touch the drop of blood so easily and even resonated with it. Senior, force out 1/5 of your essence blood, and I will help you get out of here. Yi Chunfeng, whose fingers were constantly intertwining with the dark golden blood, had already figured out a way to open the suppressing restriction. He shouted at Deity, whose expression had changed drastically. Who are you, kid? What is your relationship with the owner of this drop of blood? Deity asked coldly. This junior is just a nameless pawn who accidentally stumbled into this place. Yi Chunfeng continued to lie. Is that so? Then why can you resonate with this drop of blood? Deity didn't believe Yi Chunfeng's explanation at all and whispered. I don't know either. Yi Chunfeng shook his head and said, Senior, my power is limited. If you don't give me 1/5 of your essence blood, I am afraid I can't save you from this restriction. Okay, I will give you my essence blood now. Although Deity sensed something unusual, he knew that this was his only chance to get out of here. He had to try no matter what. He forced out 1/5 of his essence blood and turned it into drops of pure blood that floated around his body. Restriction cracked. At this moment, Yi Chunfeng communicated with this drop of essence blood and forced a small crack in the restriction. He said, Senior, give me your essence blood. Kid, I hope you can get my essence blood and help me get out of here. Otherwise, I will not let you go even if I become a ghost. Deity warned and controlled 1/5 of his essence blood to appear outside through the crack in the restriction. When 1/5 of Deity's essence blood escaped, a sinister expression appeared on his pale face. With a thought, he did not wait for Yi Chunfeng to refine his essence blood. He controlled the droplets of blood to quickly condense, turning them into a terrifyingly strong blood person with no facial features. Senior, you. Yi Chunfeng didn't expect Deity to have such an ability to control blood and transform. His expression changed as he shouted, Kid, when I capture you, you will tell me the truth. Deity was sure that Yi Chunfeng's arrival wasn't a coincidence. He immediately ordered the blood man to attack Yi Chunfeng. Boom! Boundless blood qi filled the blood man's body, turning into a huge hand that spat out blood light. With unparalleled pressure, it slammed towards Yi Chunfeng, whose strength had been suppressed to the level of a reverse beast king. He was sent flying without any resistance. Be a good boy and surrender. After severely injuring Yi Chunfeng with one palm strike, the bloody man stepped on the blood cloud and charged towards Yi Chunfeng. He wanted to injure Yi Chunfeng severely in one go and grasp his secret. He wanted to break the bloodline suppression and leave this place. Deity, don't you dare hurt the little master. Suddenly, there was a roar. The array spirit guarding outside suddenly appeared. It opened its huge mouth and spat out endless array light, shattering the blood man's killer move. Little master. Hearing how the array spirit addressed Yi Chunfeng, Deity's killing intent intensified. He continued to order the blood man to attack Yi Chunfeng. Senior, quickly remove the restriction on me. Yi Chunfeng, who was covered in cracks and severely injured, shouted at the array spirit. Okay. The array spirit reversed the array and removed the restriction on Yi Chunfeng. After recovering all his strength, Yi Chunfeng quickly drank an entire bottle of Tianji water. After stabilizing his injuries, he summoned the demon Thearka's furnace and 230 Qiankuan swords and attacked the blood man. Although the blood man was formed by Deity's blood essence, he was restrained by the restrictions of the shrine. His strength was greatly affected. In addition, he couldn't use Deity's mystique. His true combat strength wasn't much higher than Yi Chunfeng's. Senior, leave him to me. You just need to control the shrine's restrictions to suppress him. After a quick exchange, Yi Chunfeng was basically sure that the blood man's strength was equivalent to a 5-star Dao Saint. He shouted at the array spirit. "Alright, I'll leave him to you." The array spirit also wanted to test Yi Chunfeng's strength and potential. He quickly retreated to the side and continued to control the shrine's restrictions to suppress the blood man. He forcefully suppressed his strength to the limit of a 4-star Dao Saint. Sacred Fire Triple Transformation, Heaven's Suppressing Pearl, Sacred Blood Pearl. As the blood man's strength decreased further, Yi Chunfeng was completely relieved. He quickly used his trump cards and burned 3 bloodlines. 5 before he forcefully raised his strength to the level of a 4-star Dao Saint. Demon Emperor's Furnace Suppress. With the increase in strength, Yi Chunfeng immediately awakened the purple-eyed black rhino soul and raised the power of the Demon Emperor's Furnace to suppress the blood man. Boom! Boom! The furnace of the Demon Emperor, which was wreathed in flames, collided with the bloody man's hands. Suddenly there was a dense explosion. Endless blood light formed in the bloody man's body, turning into pillars that reached the sky, propping up the furnace of the Demon Emperor and neutralizing the attack of the furnace of the Demon Emperor. Cosmos Sword Formation, Transforming Sword C. While the blood man was resisting the Demon Emperor's furnace with all his strength, Yi Chunfeng controlled the extremely sharp Cosmos Sword to attack the blood man. It was like a rolling sea of blood, densely attacking the blood man's body. As the Cosmos Sword Formation attacked, the blood man's body once again surged with a vast power of blood. It turned into a blood vortex and resisted the attack of the Cosmos Sword Formation. Heaven Venerables were indeed Heaven Venerables. Their means were indeed terrifying. When Yi Chunfeng saw the bloody man neutralize his killing moves one after another, he summoned the 9-dragon jade annulus with a thought. 3 spirit-level Dao diagrams, transforming Dao will see. Yi Chunfeng controlled the 3 spirit-level Dao diagrams suspended above his head to transform into a sea of Dao will. He continuously injected pure Dao power into the 9-dragon jade annulus to increase the attack power of the 9-dragon jade annulus. Roar! Roar! A series of dragon roars resounded through the sky. After fusing with enough Dao power, the 6 deadly dragons disappeared into the 9-dragon jade annulus. 184 The 9-dragon jade annulus evolved the mysterious power of heaven and earth and bombarded the blood vortex formed by the blood man. Under the attack of the 6 deadly dragons, the blood vortex was blasted apart. The remaining power of the 9-dragon jade annulus, as well as the Cosmos Sword Formation, bombarded the blood man's body one after another and blasted it apart. Chaos Divine Wood, Devour. When the blood man was severely injured, Yi Chunfeng summoned his natal treasure, the Chaos Divine Wood. He controlled the Chaos Divine Wood to fly towards the blood man's body, which was full of cracks, and aggravated the blood man's injuries. In the next moment, the Chaos Divine Wood swayed with the Chaos 5 elements light while condensing 5-colored root. They took root in the blood man's body and crazily devoured the blood essence in his body. No, what is this? Di Jiutian let out an angry roar when he felt the blood essence in the blood man's body being drained continuously. However, under the suppression of the bloodline restriction, he couldn't stop the Chaos Divine Wood from devouring the blood man's blood essence. He could only control the blood man to attack desperately. However, the Chaos Divine Wood was too tough. The blood man's continuous killer moves couldn't hurt it, let alone break free from its devouring. Slowly, the blood essence in the blood man's body became thinner and thinner, and his resistance became weaker. In the end, 1/5 of Di Jiutian's blood essence was devoured by the Chaos Divine Wood. Di Jiutian was severely injured as a result, and he became extremely old. Mobile reading site, book address. In order to make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click on the Save button below to record this reading record. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1446. Chaos Divine Wood. Watermark advertisement test. Seeing the Chaos Divine Wood devouring Di Jotian's essence blood, the Array spirit couldn't help but get excited. It quickly came to Yi Chenfeng's side and said respectfully, "Array spirit greets young master. Please forgive me for offending you. Senior, did my father really leave this drop of blood for me?" Yi Chenfeng asked as he recalled the primal Chaos Divine Wood to his body when he saw the formation spirit's humble tone. Yes, this drop of essence blood was left for young master by his master. The Array spirit nodded and said, "Young master, you only need to devour it and merge it into your heart meridian. Then you can refine this drop of primordial blood." Yi Chenfeng's heart skipped a beat. He continued to ask, "Senior, if I refine this drop of primordial blood, then he will be free." "Don't worry, young master. With master's supernatural power, he has already left a secret plan. A mere heavenly master is nothing to be afraid of," the Array spirit said confidently. "That's good." Yi Chenfeng glanced at the angry Di Jotian. He appeared in the air next to the drop of primordial blood. He opened his mouth and swallowed the drop of primordial blood. Crack! The moment Yi Chenfeng swallowed the drop of primordial blood, cracks appeared on the restriction that suppressed Di Jotian. Di Jotian, who had been suppressed by this drop of primordial blood for countless years, finally broke free. "Kid, I'll kill you!" After breaking free, the furious Di Jotian threw a punch at Yi Chenfeng, trying to kill him. "Don't be afraid. He can't hurt you." Just as Yi Chenfeng instinctively wanted to dodge, the Array spirit's voice rang in Yi Chenfeng's ears. Boom! The space in front of Yi Chenfeng shattered. The terrifying fist aura shattered everything and ruthlessly bombarded Yi Chenfeng's body, who did not dodge at all. This punch was so powerful that even an upper-grade holy treasure couldn't block it. However, when it hit Yi Chenfeng's chest, it didn't hurt Yi Chenfeng at all. The power that broke his body also disappeared mysteriously. That drop of blood helped me neutralize Di Jotian's attack. Feeling the power of Di Jotian's punch being easily neutralized by the primordial blood in his body, Yi Chenfeng was completely relieved. Little master, with the protection of the primordial blood that master left behind, not to mention a mere heavenly venerable, even a heavenly emperor wouldn't be able to harm you, the Array spirit said. Then wouldn't I be able to borrow this drop of blood to torture him? Yi Chenfeng's eyes lit up as he looked at Di Jotian, who was brimming with killing intent. "Of course," Zhen Ling said, "maybe the battle can also speed up the speed of you refining the Hongming blood." "Okay, I'll give it a try." With that, Yi Chenfeng stepped on his sword and flew towards Di Jotian, whose expression changed slightly. Heavenly Dao plate Yi Chenfeng closed in. Di Jotian's hands moved rapidly as two extremely powerful Heavenly Dao discs appeared out of thin air. They twisted the void and blasted towards Yi Chenfeng. Boom! Facing the attack of Di Jotian's Heavenly Dao discs, Yi Chenfeng didn't dodge. He let the two Heavenly Dao discs hit his body. What? Seeing that his Heavenly Dao discs couldn't hurt Yi Chenfeng at all, Di Jotian was so shocked that his eyes widened. But while he was still in shock, Yi Chenfeng suddenly used the space track. His right hand went into the track and slapped Di Jotian's cheek, leaving a big red handprint. "Kid, I will destroy you." As the first divine emperor of Jotian divine nation and a heavenly venerable, Di Jotian had never been humiliated like this. Feeling the burning pain on his cheek, he was completely enraged. He forcibly mobilized the terrifying power of the heavens and turned it into divine weapons to attack Yi Chenfeng's body. "Old man, let's talk about it after you break my defense." Yi Chenfeng ignored the divine weapons that Di Jotian used to mobilize the power of the heavens and transformed into the ultimate form of 3 heads and 6 arms. He continuously attacked Di Jotian fiercely. Pung pung pung. After a round of ferocious attacks, Di Jotian's face was slapped 6 times by Yi Chenfeng. His stomach was kicked 13 times by Yi Chenfeng, and there were several footprints on his butt. Although these attacks were like mosquito bites to Deity and were harmless, they were very damaging to his mental state. He couldn't accept being repeatedly slapped and spanked by a human junior. The mental humiliation was even worse than killing him. Deity on 9 swords. Deity, whose eyes were bloodshot, roared in anger. Several terrifying spirit-grade Tao diagrams appeared on his body, turning into 9 divine swords that slashed towards Yi Chunfeng. He wanted to shatter him to vent the hatred in his heart. Chi. The Deity on 9 swords were like the Milky Way flowing backwards. The instant they slashed onto Yi Chunfeng's body, a thick layer of blood light appeared on Yi Chunfeng's body, blocking the attacks of the Deity on 9 swords. Following this, Yi Chunfeng used the space track again. 5 before then, he threw out a powerful punch towards Deiti's nose. Just as Deity instinctively dodged, a powerful restriction force ruthlessly suppressed his body, causing his movements to become slightly sluggish. Crack! Yi Chunfeng's fist, which was filled with hundreds of millions of kilograms of force, landed on Deiti's nose, causing it to bleed. Deiti's nose was bleeding, causing him to go berserk. He crazily attacked Yi Chunfeng, determined to kill him. However, the primordial blood was too heaven-defying. With its support, Yi Chunfeng's defense was almost invincible. He ignored Deiti's attacks and burned his god-devil blood to increase his strength by 3 times. He continued to attack Deiti's face. Although Deiti's defense was shocking, Yi Chunfeng's strength was too terrifying. Coupled with the weakening of the restriction force, Deiti's face was constantly injured by Yi Chunfeng's attacks. His eyes were red and swollen. "Brat, just you wait. Sooner or later, I will turn you into ashes." Deity used all his strength but couldn't hurt Yi Chunfeng at all. Instead, he was beaten black and blue by Yi Chunfeng. This made Deity want to retreat. He wanted to leave after saying those words. "Deity, do you think you have a chance to leave this place?" The array spirit appeared above the temple and kept increasing the restrictions. It suppressed Deity, not giving him a chance to escape. "Deity, eat my sword." 2238 When Deity used all the power of heaven in his body to attack the terrifying restrictions, the high-grade saint artifact, Black Dawn Sacred Sword, appeared in Yi Chunfeng's hand. He stabbed it towards Deiti's butt. With one stab, 3 spirit-level Tao diagrams, the bronze sword soul, and more than 700 million kilograms of force fused into the Black Dawn Sacred Sword, increasing its attack power. The sword pierced through Deiti's weakened defense and stabbed into the gap between his butt. A heart-wrenching pain instantly spread throughout Deiti's body. The immense pain made him scream uncontrollably. His silver hair stood on end at this moment. "Brat, I will fight it out with you." Deity didn't expect Yi Chunfeng to be so ruthless. He actually pierced his butt and used such a method to humiliate him. He completely lost his mind and burned all the bloodline power in his body. He crazily attacked Yi Chunfeng like a tidal wave. He looked like he wanted to die together with Yi Chunfeng. But at this moment Yi Chunfeng fused with the Hongmeng blood. A proud and tall figure that seemed to stand between heaven and earth appeared in Yi Chunfeng's body. When Deity, who had lost his mind, saw this figure, he was like a mouse that saw a cat. All the hair on his body stood on end and he couldn't help but retreat. Mobile reading site, book address. To make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click the Save button below to record this reading. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1447. My child, we finally meet. This lonely and tall figure became clearer and clearer, turning into a middle-aged man who looked somewhat similar to Yi Chunfeng. He looked at Yi Chunfeng gently and said slowly, "Watermark advertisement test, watermark advertisement test, you are my father?" Looking at the middle-aged man's face that was similar to his own, Yi Chunfeng said with slight excitement. Well, I am your father. My name is Yi Wuji. Yi Wuji's soul phantom looked at the excited Yi Chunfeng and nodded. Do you have a lot to ask me now? Yes, I want to know why you abandoned me outside the purple gold imperial city. 16D0 Yi Wuji nodded. I know you resent me, but I really had no choice. Yi Wuji sighed softly. He glanced at Di Jiutian, who was like a frightened bird, and gently pointed at him. Although Yi Wuji's finger was very light and slow, Di Jiutian realized that he couldn't dodge it at all. He could only watch as the finger light touched his head. Then, he fainted. Go back to the Demon Emperor furnace. I want to talk to my son alone. After knocking Di Jiutian out, Yi Wuji looked at the Demon Emperor furnace and ordered the soul of the purple-eyed rhinoceros with a respectful expression. It was a god. The soul of the purple-eyed rhinoceros respectfully bowed to Yi Wuji and returned to the Demon Emperor furnace. Father, what difficulties do you have? Yi Chunfeng looked at Yi Wuji's soul phantom and said, What happened back then? Come, I will take you to see what happened in the Void God world back then. As he spoke, Yi Chunfeng's soul phantom performed a supreme great magical power and took Yi Chunfeng's soul into a magical world that seemed to be made of billions of stars. In this world, there was a great battle between the 6 clans of humans, gods, demons, heaven, and demons, fighting for the qualification to enter the deepest part of the world of stars. This great battle had lasted for countless years. Many powerful people had fallen, and many peerless treasures had been shattered. The entire world of stars had been destroyed beyond recognition, and there was no daylight. Although he had only witnessed the Void God realm's ancient battle as a spectator, Yi Chunfeng was still affected by it. Many of the soul-stirring scenes shook his mind. When the battle reached its climax, Yi Chunfeng saw Yi Wuji's figure. Beside him was an extremely beautiful, dignified and beautiful woman. The two of them used a giant ancient bell to forcefully break through the defenses of the various races, seizing the 2 qualifications to enter the deepest part of the world of stars. The scene also came to an abrupt halt. Father, what were the 2 of you fighting over in the world of stars? Was the woman beside you my mother? Yi Chunfeng's soul returned to his body, but his heart was unable to calm down for a long time. And the woman beside me is your mother, Xin Yaotian. Yi Wuji nodded and said, and what we are competing for is the qualification to enter the ancient road to starry sky. The ancient road to starry sky, the ancient road to starry sky, what is this place? Yi Chunfeng asked in confusion. The ancient road to starry sky was the most mysterious place in the Void God realm. The ancient road to starry sky contained the only opportunity to become a god. In the long history of the Void God realm, several true gods had obtained great opportunities from the ancient road to starry sky, breaking the shackles of the world and becoming true gods. Yi Wuji said without hiding anything, Father, what realm are you at? Thinking about how Yi Wuji and his mother, Xin Yaotian, could join forces to break through the defenses of the various races and obtain the qualification to enter the ancient road to starry sky, Yi Chunfeng had a strong curiosity about his strength. Back then, your mother and I were both early empty god realm experts who had surpassed the Tao ancestor realm. However, due to my special physique, I had the divine Tao body, which was rarely seen in millions of years. Your mother was the saintess of the Shun clan and had the bloodline of the ancestor god. When we joined forces, we were strong enough to fight against the mid-empty god realm expert. Moreover, we had the Void God artifact, the Bell of Destiny. Father, what did you and my mother get in the ancient road to starry sky? Yi Chunfeng vaguely guessed the truth behind why Yi Wuji abandoned him in the Duhan continent, so he continued to ask. I obtained the blood of primordial chaos in the ancient road to starry sky, and your mother obtained the seedling of the chaos divine wood, the number 1 divine wood in the universe. But how difficult is it to become a god? Your mother and I narrowly escaped death in the ancient road to starry sky. Not only did we not break through, but we were also injured by the power of the ancient road to starry sky. When we left the ancient road to starry sky, we were immediately hunted down by various races in the void god realm. In order to save me, your mother was severely injured by the divine race's void god Supreme Emperor Heaven, which caused you to be born prematurely. In order to save your life, your mother exchanged her life for yours. Yi Wuji slowly told his story. Mother is dead. Yi Chunfeng felt as if he was struck by a bolt from the blue. No, your mother won't die. My original body is in the minor six paths, trying to revive her with the power of the six paths of reincarnation. When you come to the void god realm one day, I should be able to completely control the minor six paths and revive your mother. Yi Wuji's voice was filled with strong conviction. Father, I don't know why you chose to leave me in the Duhan continent. After listening to Yi Wuji's story, Yi Chunfeng's heart was no longer filled with hatred, only doubt. There are 3 reasons why I left you here. Yi Wuji said. The first reason is the spirit race's inheritance. In the battle back then, although your mother and I entered the ancient road to starry sky, we implicated the divine race, the human race, and the divine race's branch, the spirit race. This caused the divine race and the human race to suffer heavy losses, and the heaven realm's spirit race was even destroyed by the divine race. Fortunately, the spirit race had already left behind their inheritance in every corner of the universe, and a few of them were in the Duhan continent. That's not right, Father. As far as I know, the true spirit secret realm's inheritance has been around for many years. Could it be that I have been asleep for a long time? As he spoke, Yi Chunfeng thought of the problem. Supreme Emperor Heaven is the leader of the divine race, and he is also known as the number 1 person in the divine race. His attacks are unimaginable. Although your mother exchanged her life for yours and gave you a chance to live, your injuries were also very serious. I spent a lot of effort and sealed you for tens of thousands of years before completely eradicating your hidden injuries and allowing you to be reborn. The second reason why I left you here is because there are many secrets hidden in this world that will be helpful to your growth. The third reason is that there is a human almighty hidden in this world, an almighty who can intimidate the various races in the divine race. Yi Wuji continued. Father, is that almighty you're talking about the owner of the God-Eater brain, Tai? He thought of Tai Su, whom he met in the Life Forbidden Zone. 16D0 Shadow, Yi Chunfeng asked. That's right, it's him. Yi Wuji nodded and said, Tai is one of the last surviving virtual gods of the human race. He was severely injured in the battle on the ancient road of stars and has been hiding in the divine race to heal his injuries. With him guarding the divine race's Tao gods, Tao ancestors and virtual gods can't reach here to harm you. As for the third reason, it's because this world is not strong enough and can provide a good stage for you to train. If you can't even conquer this world and meet my requirements, you will never be able to get the purest drop of primordial blood I left behind, and I won't let you fly to the dangerous divine realm. Yi Wuji said, Judging from your current strength and foundation, you are more outstanding than I thought. Okay, I've said everything I need to say. Now, I will help you change your blood and help you complete the final transformation. With that, Yi Wuji's shadow performed a great skill and started to change the primordial blood for Yi Chunfeng. Father and son meet again. I will post a picture of Yi Wuji this weekend. If you want to see it, please add me on WeChat, YLTY83 mobile reading site, book address. To make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1448. Qingfeng, during the blood exchange process, the Hongmeng blood will devour all the blood vessels in your body. It will be very painful, so bear with it. Yi Wuji reminded him. He completely activated the Hongmeng blood that Yi Chunfeng had refined into his heart meridian and started the blood exchange process. When the Hongmeng blood erupted, it was immediately devoured by the 4 blood vessels in Yi Chunfeng's body, preventing the Hongmeng blood from devouring them. However, the Hongmeng blood came from the most mysterious place in the Void God realm, the ruins of God. It was the most powerful blood vessel in the universe. It was not something the 4 blood vessels could resist. At this moment, Yi Chunfeng's body became the battlefield of the 5 blood vessels. Immense pain spread throughout his body, damaging his meridians. It was so painful that his body instinctively twitched. However, Yi Chunfeng's heart was firm and he had an unyielding heart. He clenched his teeth and endured bitterly. He endured bitterly and didn't cry out. After about half a day, the Hongmeng blood gradually gained the upper hand. It slowly devoured the 4 blood vessels, and the pain in Yi Chunfeng's body also gradually decreased. Looking at Yi Chunfeng, who had extraordinary endurance, Yi Wuji's shadow revealed a gratified expression. Regardless of how talented Yi Chunfeng was, with his unyielding heart and great perseverance, he already had the potential to reach the peak of martial arts. Qingfeng, summon your bronze sword spirit. I will help you refine it. After Yi Chunfeng went through the most painful process, Yi Wuji's voice rang in his ears. Buzz. Yi Chunfeng moved his mind, and the bronze sword spirit appeared in his sea of soul. Seeing the silver light from the bronze sword spirit, Yi Wuji's smile became even wider. Although Yi Chunfeng's start was far from the genius disciples of the Void God realm, his results were not worse than theirs. After seeing Yi Chunfeng's wisdom and foundation, Yi Wuji could rest assured that Yi Chunfeng could ascend to the Void God realm and create his own world. Formation Spirit, borrow the original power of the abyss of hell and merge it with my body. After losing the primordial blood, Yi Wuji's soul shadow became extremely weak. When he refined the bronze sword soul, he had to borrow the original power of the abyss of hell. Hearing Yi Wuji's order, the formation spirit immediately reversed the formation and forcibly connected with the most fundamental power of the abyss of hell. It continuously merged into Yi Wuji's body. Quenching the sword soul after fusing with a large amount of origin energy, Yi Wuji's hands moved quickly. He made a series of hand seals, evolving a mysterious refining method to refine the bronze sword soul. Under Yi Wuji's refinement, the bronze sword spirit started to shine with more and more silver light. The sword spirit itself started to change drastically. Very quickly, 3 days passed. Under Yi Wuji's relentless refinement, the bronze sword spirit had undergone a qualitative change. It had transformed into a more powerful silver sword spirit, and its power had increased by dozens of times. In these 3 days, Yi Chunfeng had also completed the initial process of changing his blood. After the Grand Mist blood had devoured the 4 great bloodlines, it had begun to transform his body and change the blood in his body. Large amounts of mortal blood seeped out of his pores. His body also became extremely weak at this moment. Come out. Feeling that Yi Chunfeng's mortal blood had almost run out, Yi Wuji used a great technique and took out a white jade pendant from the universe mirror that Yi Chunfeng had fused into his body. This jade pendant was what Yi Chunfeng had obtained from the treasure cliff of the Heavenly Palace. After obtaining this jade pendant, Yi Chunfeng had studied it many times, but he couldn't unravel its hidden secrets. This jade pendant actually contained the origin of life. Yi Wuji looked at the white jade pendant and saw through its hidden secrets. Crack! Yi Wuji fused with the original power of the abyss of hell and crushed the extremely hard white jade pendant that even supreme-grade sacred treasures couldn't break. He activated a wisp of extremely precious origin of life and fused it into Yi Chunfeng's body. At this moment, Yi Chunfeng had lost all his mortal blood and was in the process of forming new blood. It was also an extremely difficult moment. If he could endure it, Yi Chunfeng would be reborn. If he couldn't endure it, it was very likely that it would cause an untreatable internal injury. At this moment, after fusing with the origin of life, not only did Yi Chunfeng easily overcome the most difficult moment, but it also allowed his vitality and blood to undergo a qualitative improvement. Rumble. Just as Yi Chunfeng was undergoing a qualitative change, deafening thunder appeared in the sky above the abyss of hell, forming thick dark clouds. Through the terrifying restrictions of the abyss of hell, it locked onto Yi Chunfeng. Formation Spirit, open the restrictions and let Qingfeng receive the baptism of heavenly punishment. Seeing that Yi Chunfeng had attracted the heavenly punishment, Yi Chunfeng immediately ordered the Formation Spirit to open the layers of restrictions of the abyss of hell, allowing Yi Chunfeng to receive the baptism of heavenly punishment and complete the final transformation with the power of heavenly punishment. The primordial blood was the most powerful bloodline in the universe. Its existence completely exceeded the world power of the Dohan continent. Therefore, Yi Chunfeng's process of changing the primordial blood attracted the most extreme and most terrifying heavenly punishment of the Dohan continent. However, Yi Wuji wasn't worried about Yi Chunfeng. 2238 Yi Chunfeng, with his fearful heart, would definitely be able to overcome the extreme heavenly punishment and complete the blood transformation. Boom! 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 The terrifying thunder became louder and louder. Lightning bolts that looked like thunder dragons kept rolling in the tribulation clouds. The terrifying power alarmed the demonic beasts within a radius of hundreds of miles, causing them to flee in panic. The entire East Sea fell into chaos at this moment. What happened? What kind of demonic beast was undergoing tribulation in the East Sea? With such a terrifying aura, could it be that a level 9 heavenly beast was undergoing the holy beast tribulation in the East Sea? Many cultivators who were cultivating in the East Sea were also alarmed by Yi Chunfeng's heavenly punishment. They came out of seclusion and came to the turbulent East Sea. Looking at the doomsday tribulation clouds that were getting thicker and thicker from afar, they became more and more panicked. Boom! Just as many cultivators were guessing, a terrifying sound resounded through thousands of miles. The entire East Sea was in an uproar at this moment. A grayish-brown power of heavenly punishment emerged from the violently rolling doomsday tribulation cloud. It tore through the East Sea that had set off huge waves and bombarded Yi Chunfeng in the abyss of hell. Facing the extreme heavenly punishment that could destroy a mid-grade holy treasure, Yi Chunfeng, who was sitting cross-legged, did not dodge. He allowed the extreme heavenly punishment to bombard his body and used the power of heavenly punishment to transform his body from the most fundamental level. The power of the extreme heavenly punishment was too terrifying. In the blink of an eye, Yi Chunfeng's body, which was comparable to a low-grade holy treasure, was shattered. However, in the next moment, the source of life that had fused with his body released a vast amount of life force, repairing his shattered body at a speed visible to the naked eye. At this moment, the primordial blood also released a powerful qi and blood energy that poured into Yi Chunfeng's remnant body. It continuously formed new blood cells and was reborn. The process of the extreme heavenly punishment shattering his body was extremely painful and dangerous. However, Yi Chunfeng relied on his great willpower to endure it bitterly without any fear. 3 days passed amidst the extreme suffering. The extreme heavenly punishment also disappeared. In the midst of life and death, Yi Chunfeng endured until the end and transformed all the blood in his body into the most powerful primordial blood. The bottleneck of his cultivation realm also loosened at this moment. Some people might think that leveling up is fast, but the primordial blood is obtained from the ruins of God. It can't raise a Tao Saint by 3 realms. Mobile reading site, book address. In order to facilitate your next reading, you can click on the Save button below to record this reading record. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1449. A 3-star Tao Saint broke through. Yi Chunfeng, who had no flesh on his body, suddenly opened his eyes. He controlled the bloodline power released by the primordial blood and broke through the bottleneck to become a 3-star Dao Saint. Watermark advertisement test. Watermark advertisement test. After breaking through, his strength did not stop increasing. With the help of the primordial blood, he quickly reached the limit of a 3-star Dao Saint and broke through to a 4-star Dao Saint. After more than 10 breaths, the primordial blood, which contained a vast amount of bloodline power, raised Yi Chunfeng's strength to the limit of a 4-star Dao Saint. It only calmed down when he broke through to the 5-star Dao Saint realm. A 5-star Dao Saint. In the blink of an eye, I actually became a 5-star Dao Saint. 184. I broke through to the 5-star Dao Saint realm. Yi Chunfeng felt as though he was in a dream when he sensed the rapid increase in his cultivation level. He had never imagined that the primordial blood would be so heaven-defying. It had actually allowed him to break through 3 cultivation levels consecutively and become a 5-star Dao Saint. Moreover, his cultivation foundation had become extremely solid. Not bad, not bad. You merged with the primordial blood that I left for you and broke through to the 5-star Dao Saint realm. Seeing Yi Chunfeng's strength increase by leaps and bounds, Yi Wuji's spiritual projection floated over and said with satisfaction, "Father, what are the benefits of the primordial blood?" Feeling that the primordial blood had swallowed all 4 of his bloodlines, Yi Chunfeng really wanted to know how powerful it was. The primordial blood was the most powerful bloodline in the universe. It could provide you with endless Dao power. In other words, when you burn the primordial blood in battle, the Dao power in your body would be endless. Yi Wuji said, "Endless Dao power." Yi Chunfeng's eyes lit up. He was very surprised. If he had endless Dao power, he would be able to control the attacks of the 2 supreme-grade sage treasures endlessly. Even a 6-star Dao Saint would not be able to block his attack. Other than endless Dao power, the primordial blood could also increase your cultivation level. Yi Wuji continued, "Also, the primordial blood swallowed your 4 bloodlines. It should have retained the support of the 4 bloodlines for you. Alright, you just broke through, so you should quickly stabilize your cultivation level. After you stabilize your cultivation, I have other gifts for you." Yi Wuji looked at the excited Yi Chunfeng. Yi Chunfeng nodded and sat cross-legged on the ground to consolidate his 5-star Dao Saint realm. While Yi Chunfeng was consolidating his soul power, Yi Chunfeng's soul shadow burned a part of his soul body, forming a pure soul power that flooded into Yi Chunfeng's soul sea and improved his soul power. The God-Eater brain appeared in Yi Chunfeng's sea of soul, turning into a black hole and devouring everything in its path. The undying soul formula that Yi Chunfeng cultivated also began operating on its own due to the influx of powerful soul power. It formed a terrifying soul grindstone, grinding away at his soul power and increasing his soul realm. In about 5 days, Yi Chunfeng stabilized his 5-star Divine Saint realm. His soul had also reached the limit of 6-star Divine Saint realm under the nourishment of Yi Wuji's burning soul. As for the God-devouring brain, it had devoured a powerful soul force and completed its 9th transformation. It had even split into an extremely powerful subbrain of the Soul Devourer. At this moment, Yi Chunfeng already had 2 Soul Devourer brains that he hadn't used. He could use the Soul Devourer brains to control 2 powerful beings for his own use. "Chingfeng, I'll give you another gift. With this gift, there won't be many people in this world who can hurt you." After burning a part of his soul body, Yi Wuji became very weak. He floated before Yi Chunfeng and said, "Is this gift from Di Jiutian?" Yi Chunfeng asked. "That's right. Di Jiutian was the first divine emperor of Jiutian Divine Kingdom. His identity was special. Controlling him was equivalent to controlling Jiutian Divine Kingdom. Di Jiutian was also a 1-star heavenly venerate, which was enough to intimidate those ancient supreme beings who were still alive." Yi Wuji nodded. He exploded his left arm and formed a powerful soul mark. It broke into Di Jiutian's sea of soul and took control of his soul. Then, he used a great skill to form a second soul mark that merged into Yi Qinfeng's body. As long as the soul mark in Yi Qinfeng's body was not broken, he could control Di Jiutian's life and death. Di Jiutian, help my son from now on. Yi Wuji woke up Di Jiutian, who had been in a coma, and ordered. Yes. Even though he was unwilling, because of the soul mark, Di Jiutian couldn't disobey Yi Wuji's order. By the way, father, I have 2 things that I want you to take a look at. Yi Qinfeng wanted to use Yi Wuji's power to unlock the secrets of the hidden stone that nurtured the heart and the coffin that was suppressed by the ancient pine. Okay, take them out. Even though Yi Wuji's shadow was very weak, he had set up a great trap in the abyss of hell and could continuously borrow the power of the abyss of hell. Father, what exactly is inside the hidden stone? Yi Qinfeng asked as he took out the treasure-storing stone with several layers of seals on it. The heart of a divine demon. Yi Wuji's eyes brightened as he saw the truth of the heart through the hidden stone. The heart of a divine demon? Is there a divine demon in the dead ruins? Yi Qinfeng was a bit surprised. Open it! Yi Wuji took the hidden stone from Yi Qinfeng and used the power of the abyss of hell to shatter the extremely hard hidden stone. He broke open the seals and exposed the giant heart that was filled with blood qi. Father, what level is this heart at? Even though Yi Qinfeng had reached the 5-star Tao Saint realm, he still felt his heart palpitate when he looked at the giant heart filled with blood qi. All the blood in his body became restless. This should be the heart of a Dao god. Yi Wuji said, there are indeed many secrets hidden in the fighting spirit continent. Dao god. Yi Qinfeng sucked in a cold breath. In the heaven realm, the Dao gods were second only to the Dao ancestors. They were definitely the overlords of a region. Even in the void god realm, the almighty experts of the Dao god realm could create their own world. What's more, god fiends were stronger than ordinary races, and Dao god level god fiends were even more terrifying. Qingfeng, do you know where the heart is suppressed? Yi Wuji asked. Yi Qinfeng, who had a general idea, nodded. Okay, then I will give you another gift and help you control that divine demon. With that, Yi Wuji burned his soul and borrowed the power of the abyss of hell to leave a mark on the heart. Once the heart fused with the main body, Yi Qinfeng would be able to use the mark in the heart to control that Dao god level fiend god. Father, look at what is suppressed in the ancient coffin. Yi Qinfeng put away the seal on the divine demon's heart and summoned the ancient coffin suppressed by the primordial blood and the ancient pine. What an evil power! Looking at the ancient bronze coffin on the ground and suppressing the ancient pine, Yi Wuji frowned. He waved his arm and pulled up the ancient pine to open the ancient coffin. Howl, howl, howl. The moment the coffin lid opened, a bone-chilling ghostly wail sounded from within the ancient coffin. An ancient man with hollow eyes and black demonic qi wrapped around his body sat up in the ancient coffin. He had the blood of primordial chaos sealed between his eyebrows. It was the king of zombies, Mo Ba. Yi Wuji recognized the ancient man at a glance. Qingfeng, you have a lot of good things. From the aura this Mo Ba is emitting, his strength has reached the level of a demon emperor. However, this Mo Ba's body has 3 layers of seals. I don't have much soul power left in my body, so I can't break the 3 layers of seals. However, even with the 3 layers of seals, his strength is equivalent to a 6-star demon saint. He will be of great help to you. Now, I will use the primordial blood to help you control this Mo Ba. With that, Yi Wuji once again merged with the power of the abyss of hell and used that drop of primordial blood to forcibly place a powerful control seal on the king of zombies' body. 5b4 Some people might think that leveling up is fast, but the primordial blood is blood obtained from the ruins of God. It really won't improve Yi Qinfeng much. Mobile reading website, book address. To make it easier for you to read next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1450. Father, with my current strength and foundation, can I tear open the gate of the heaven realm and ascend to the heaven realm? After controlling the zombie king Moba, Yi Chunfeng's foundation had become even deeper. He had the urge to tear open the gate of the heaven realm. The gate of the heaven realm in this world is sealed by the heaven race. If you forcefully tear open the gate, you will have a direct conflict with the heaven race, which will cause a series of unnecessary troubles and expose yourself in advance. Therefore, I don't recommend you to tear open the gate and ascend to the heaven realm. Yi Wuji shook his head and said, "But if I don't tear open the gate, how can I ascend to the heaven realm?" Yi Chunfeng didn't understand. "You can go through the spirit race." 5 Before Yi Wuji said as he entered the heavenly region, "The spirit race's inheritance can lead to the heaven realm." Yi Chunfeng's eyes lit up. The spirit race was a very terrifying force in the heaven realm. The heaven race joined forces with other races to destroy the spirit race, but they also paid a big price. It was also because of the war that the heaven race lost part of their strength, so they didn't extend their claws into the human race. I have seen a few spirit race inheritances and found the teleportation array that connects to different realms. Therefore, I guess the ultimate inheritance that the spirit race left in this world is a teleportation array that leads to the heaven realm. However, Chunfeng, although you have a good foundation, you still have to be very careful when you reach the heaven realm. Yi Wuji said seriously, "I suggest you join the Misty Heaven sect after you ascend to the heaven realm." "Father, why do you want me to join the Misty Heaven sect?" According to what he knew, the ancestor of the Misty Mountain, Shui Piaomiao, was from the Misty Heaven sect. Because the Misty Heaven sect hides a great ancient secret, and that ancient secret is very useful to you. If you can grasp it, not only can you greatly increase your attack power, but it might also improve your sword spirit to the next level, transforming it into a gold sword spirit, or even a heaven sword spirit. Yi Wuji said, "What ancient secret is this?" Yi Chunfeng knew the power of the sword spirit. Now that he had a silver sword spirit, his attack power was already beyond the limit of the Duhan continent. If his sword spirit transformed into a gold sword spirit, his attack power would be even more terrifying, greatly increasing his foundation. 111. It was the general outline of the sword Dao left behind by a sword Dao ancestor who admired the Misty Heaven sect's ancestor. Yi Wuji said, "Back then, I accidentally learned of this secret. I wanted to go to the Misty Heaven sect to see the sword Dao ultimacy, but the ancient star road suddenly opened, so I had to give up." "Father, so many years have passed. Would that ancient secret still exist?" Furthermore, the Misty Heaven sect wouldn't allow ordinary people to discover the ancient secret. Yi Chunfeng asked. "Don't worry, the sword profound is in one of the ancient ruins of the Misty Heaven sect. After so many years of inheritance, the Misty Heaven sect has lost the method to enter the ancient ruins. Therefore, if nothing unexpected happens, the ancient ruins are still there." Yi Wuji said, "I will imprint the way to enter the ancient ruins into your soul." As he spoke, Yi Wuji performed a great technique and imprinted a set of mysterious maps into Yi Chunfeng's Sea of Soul. "Father, even if I control the map, I'm afraid I won't be able to break the restrictions of the ancient ruins," Yi Chunfeng said. "Don't you have a space-swallowing bug? If it can evolve further, it can help you enter the ancient ruins." Yi Wuji said, "Okay, I don't have much soul power left. Now I will teach you the technique. You will have to rely on yourself for the rest of the journey." "Thank you, Father." Yi Chunfeng didn't have any more questions. He asked Yi Wuji about the mysterious mirror image clone cultivation method. Soon, 10 days passed. During these 10 days, Yi Chunfeng had a substantial breakthrough in his understanding of the mirror image super technique. He had cultivated the mirror image super technique to the 3rd level. Although Yi Chunfeng still couldn't create 3 mirror image doppelgangers at the same time, one of them had the same strength as him. It was incredible enough. Qingfeng, my child, the energy of this soul's shadow has been exhausted. It will dissipate soon. Take good care of yourself. When you step into the Void God realm one day, our family will be reunited. Yi Wuji looked at Yi Chunfeng reluctantly. He stretched out his illusory arms and gently hugged him. After a long time, Yi Wuji's soul shadow suddenly exploded into endless dust and disappeared in the abyss of hell. Father, wait for me. I will go to the Void God realm to find you and Mother soon. Looking at the dust floating in the wind, Yi Chunfeng took a deep breath and suppressed the pain in his heart. He swore to himself, "Young master, do you want to continue cultivating here, or let me teleport you out?" The array spirit floated over and asked respectfully, "Send me out." Yi Chunfeng took a deep breath and said, "Some things should be settled." "Yes, young master." After saying that, the array spirit controlled the abyss of hell and formed a powerful teleportation force. It wrapped around Yi Chunfeng and Di Jiutian, teleporting them out of the abyss of hell and back to the East Sea. "Young Master Yi, you are out." When Yi Chunfeng appeared outside the abyss of hell, the King of Massacre, who had been waiting for a long time, appeared in the dark trench. He bowed to Yi Chunfeng and said respectfully, "Massacre, how is the situation in the eastern continent?" Yi Chunfeng looked at the King of Massacre, who had broken through to level 5 combat Beast Emperor, and asked, "Everything is normal in the eastern continent. I already control half of the forces in the eastern continent." The King of Massacre told Yi Chunfeng about the situation in the eastern continent. "Very good," Yi Chunfeng nodded and said, "This heavenly saint breaking pellet is for you. If one day you break through the limit of a level 6 Beast Emperor, this pellet will allow you to take another step forward and break through to the Divine Saint realm." Yi Chunfeng was not stingy. He gave a heavenly saint breaking pellet and a precious heaven and earth spirit herb to the King of Massacre. 3 days later, Yi Chunfeng drove the spirit ship through the 9 chasm and returned to the central world. He summoned Di Jiutian out of the universe realm. Di Jiutian, quickly return to the 9 Heavens God Nation and investigate the foundation of the 9 Heavens God Nation for me. I want to know how many heavenly sovereigns there are in the 9 Heavens God Nation. Yi Chunfeng ordered, "Then wait for my order to start a war between the God Nations. Attack the 8-Head Nation and the Kirin Kingdom." "Yes." Di Jiutian unwillingly obeyed. After separating from Yi Chunfeng, he turned into a ray of light and flew towards the 9 Heavens God Nation. After separating from Di Jiutian, Yi Chunfeng drove the spirit ship and headed towards the 8-Head Nation. He was prepared to continue plundering the 8-Head Nation and prepare to enter the sky beyond sky. Just as he was on his way to the 8-Head Nation, his communication bead suddenly lit up. Hearing the message from the communication pearl, Yi Chunfeng's expression immediately changed. 111 His expression darkened, and his deep eyes revealed a thick viciousness. He never thought that the person who sent the message for help would be Diaotian. He also never thought that Qi Qingtian would use Diaotian's life to force him to go to the 8-Head Palace. "Qi Qingtian, since you miss me so much, let's settle this once and for all." Although Yi Chunfeng knew that Qi Qingtian and the others had set up a trap for him in the 8-Head Nation's palace, he was not afraid at all since he had broken through to the 5-star Dao Saint realm. He increased the speed of the spirit ship and broke through the sea of clouds. He flew towards the 8-Head Imperial City at an extremely fast speed. Mobile reading site, book address. To make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click Save at the bottom to record your reading history. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1451. Orochi Imperial City, the center of power of Orochi Kingdom, was one of the most famous cities in the Central World. Watermark advertisement test. Watermark advertisement test. Since Qi Qingtian wanted to destroy Yi Chunfeng's power and spread the news of Yi Chunfeng's battle in the Orochi Palace, the entire Orochi imperial city became the focus of the central world. The city was on high alert. "Master, do you think Qingfeng will come?" An extremely beautiful woman in an emerald green dress with skin as delicate as milk and an elegant temperament sat in an antique tea house outside Divergent Imperial City. She looked at the scenery outside the window and spoke with a heavy heart. "Based on my understanding of that kid, I believe he will come." The red-faced old man wearing an ancient Taoist robe said as he sipped on the tea that emitted a faint spiritual energy, "But I don't want him to come. If he comes, his life will be in danger. Master, you must help Qingfeng." The woman in the green dress turned pale. She shook the elder's arm and begged. "Sai, I really want to help him, but Orochi Kingdom's power is unimaginable. I heard that an ancient demonic saint has awakened in Orochi Kingdom. With my power, I can't help him much." The old Taoist sighed and put down the bamboo teacup in his hand. "Don't worry, Tao Addict, I've already contacted Master. He is on his way. With him here, fifth brother will be fine." Suddenly, a deep voice sounded. Tianji, who was shrouded in black light, appeared in the tea house with ghost face, silver-haired demon dove, and black tortoise. Tianji looked at the man shrouded in black light. Tao Addict immediately recognized him. She said with surprise, "When did Qingfeng become your fifth brother?" "Qingfeng was chosen by Master. It's not surprising that he became our fifth brother." Tianji and the other three sat across from Tao Addict. They looked at Jiao Yuyen's beautiful face and said, "Tao Addict, she is your disciple with the Tianhun body." Jiao Yuyen greeted the seniors. Jiao Yuyen slowly stood up and bowed with a gentle voice. "Not bad, not bad, the heavenly soul body is indeed one of the most powerful bodies in the world. Even I am unable to see through the strength of her soul." Tianji sized up Jiao Yuyen and praised her. "Tianji, when did you learn to praise others?" A hearty voice sounded from outside the tea house. The Thunder Clan's supreme elder, the Black Lightning King, and a skinny old man with wrinkles all over his face walked into the tea house. "Senior Lei Huang, you've come out of seclusion." The Tao Addict and Tianji immediately stood up and bowed to the old man in the linen robe. My Thunder Clan owes little friend Yi a debt of gratitude, so I hope these old bones of mine can help him." Lei Huang nodded and said. Lei Huang was the undisputed #1 person in the Thunder region. His arrival immediately alerted the Orochi royal family and reached Qi Qingtian's ears. "Lei Huang is here too." Qi Qingtian, who was wearing a golden dragon robe and sitting on the dragon throne, spoke in a low voice. His eyes flashed with ferocity. Other than Lei Huang, the Tao Addict, Tianji, and the Black Lightning King also appeared outside the Orochi royal city. However, they did not enter the city. Orochi royal family's informant reported. "No matter, let them come. I want to see how many people will support Yi Qingfeng." Although Lei Huang and the others were strong, they could not threaten the ancient demon saint, nor could they threaten the foundation of the Orochi royal family. Qi Qingtian was only worried about the protector of the human clan, Luoshan. On the second day after Lei Huang and the others arrived, 5 before two great figures with extraordinary strength arrived outside Divergent Imperial City. These two people were the two protectors of the Heavenly Hall, Xian Fengrua and Xian Fengxi, who were at the limit of the Nirvana Heavenly Realm. They also brought the #1 treasure of the Heavenly Hall, the supreme grade sacred treasure, the Ninefold Fiery Cavern. In an instant, the atmosphere of the Orochi royal city became unprecedentedly tense. Without the ancient demon saint, the forces gathered outside the city were enough to shake the foundation of the Orochi royal family. "Fengrua, Fengxi, you have broken through the limits of your life," the old Lei Huang said enviously when he saw Xian Fengrua, who was only 10,000 years younger than him, and Xian Fengxi gain a second life. "This is all thanks to Qingfeng. He helped us refine pills and stimulated our life potential, allowing us to live for more than 20,000 years. Xian Fengxi, who was wearing an alchemy robe and looked like a middle-aged man, said. Sigh, it seems that we have all been greatly indebted to little friend Yi. I just don't know if us old bones can help him get through this crisis. Although Xian Fengruo and Xian Fengxi gained a new life, and their strength increased greatly, Lei Huang was still not confident when he thought of the foundation of the Orochi royal family. Little friend Yi is a person with great fortune. I believe that he will be able to get through this crisis, Xian Fengruo said. Don't be delusional. He will definitely die this time. Suddenly, a cold voice sounded outside the tea house. The devil spirit saint, who was shrouded in black light, stepped on the void and walked toward them step by step. You are feeling the devil spirit saint body. 77. His body emitted a destructive aura. Lei Huang and the others' faces changed slightly, revealing a dignified expression. What? You can't guess my identity? The devil spirit saint revealed a proud expression and said, I found that you guys are really brave. At this time, you still dare to help that little bastard. It seems that this saint must kill you all one by one. With that, the devil spirit saint took a step forward. His whole body's demonic aura instantly gathered and swept toward Lei Huang and the others like a stormy sea. He wanted to crush them and warn the world. Devil Spirit Saint, wait until you break through the Devil Lord realm one day. Now is not the time for you to be arrogant. An aura that was not weaker than the Devil Spirit Saint appeared. Luotian, who was wearing an ancient robe and had a dagger in her chest, blocked in front of everyone. She quickly sent out a palm and shattered the wave of demonic aura, breaking the attack of the Devil Spirit Saint. It's you. Looking at the sudden appearance of Luotian, the Devil Spirit Saint couldn't help but frown. Although he could ignore Lei Huang and the others, he had to pay attention to Luotian. Moreover, 80,000 years ago, he fought with Luotian, but he was defeated by Luotian. So when he saw Luotian again, he couldn't help but feel a little guilty. Devil Spirit Saint, make your move. I want to see how much your strength has improved after not seeing you for 80,000 years. Luotian's robe swelled up. A terrifying power surged out of his body and merged into the void, causing layers of wrinkles to appear in the space around his body. Luotian, today I will give you face and spare them. If you dare to come to Orochi Imperial Palace, this saint will make you unable to return. The Devil Spirit Saint hesitated for a moment and didn't attack. He left behind a ruthless sentence and returned to Orochi Imperial City. And Orochi Imperial family also felt a little uneasy because of Luotian's arrival. Just as the atmosphere in Orochi Imperial City became more and more tense, a huge spirit boat broke through the sea of clouds and crashed into Orochi Imperial City that was shrouded in a powerful array formation without slowing down. F-54 and this collision shocked the world. Mobile reading site, book address. In order to facilitate your next reading, you can click on the bookmark below to record this reading record. Next time you open the bookshelf, you will see it. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1452. Boom. A world-shaking explosion rang out. The spirit boat that Yi Chunfeng steered collided with the formation restrictions of Octahead Imperial City, giving rise to 10,000 layers of giant waves. Watermark advertisement test. Watermark advertisement test. In the next moment, under everyone's shocked gazes, cracks appeared on the array formation restrictions of Octahead Imperial City. Like a hot knife through butter, the spirit boat plunged into the chaotic Octahead Imperial City in its most tyrannical state. Master, is this spirit boat driven by Qingfeng? Jiao Yuyan's eyes widened as she watched the shocking scene. She turned her head to look at the dumbfounded Tao addict. This should be it, right? The Tao addict knew the power of the formation restriction of Orochi Imperial City. It was as difficult as ascending to the heavens to tear it apart. She could not imagine that Yi Chunfeng, whom she had not seen for many years, had the ability to tear apart the formation of the Imperial City. Come, let's enter the city too. Luotian's deep eyes shot out rays of sharp light. With a gentle wave of her arm, she shattered the formation of the imperial city that was full of cracks and led everyone into Orochi Imperial City. Qi Qingtian, I'm coming. Yi Chunfeng stood on the speeding spirit boat. The Tao power in his body was like rolling wave. He stood tall and straight. His voice was like muffled thunder, shaking the sky above the 8 extremities Imperial City until it was buzzing. Yi Chunfeng, I'll let you be arrogant for a while. Soon, I'll let you know the consequences of going against my Orochi Imperial family. Qi Qingtian led a group of masters out of the palace hall. Through the boundless sky, he looked at the spirit ship that was flying toward him at breakneck speed. The murderous intent in his eyes grew thicker and thicker. Activate the strongest restriction spell and kill the enemy. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The 8 sky-reaching towers projected rays of formation light that were stronger than the previous one. They covered the entire sky and formed a huge formation vortex. Endless attack formation patterns condensed in the vortex. Boom boom. When Yi Chunfeng drove the spirit boat across the 9 heavens and flew to the edge of the Orochi Imperial Palace, the formation vortex formed by the 8 sky-reaching towers spun rapidly. Waves of attack formation patterns rushed over like a tide. They wanted to destroy the spirit boat and kill Yi Chunfeng and the others. Sky-rending palm. Not only did Yi Chunfeng not shrink back in the face of the attack formed by the 8 heaven-piercing pagodas, he leaped out of the spirit vessel and controlled the 3 great spirit-grade Tao diagrams to transform into a sea of Tao insight that condensed into numerous extremely powerful heaven-shattering hands that smashed the attacking formation markings. A 5-star Tao Saint. How could he have broken through to the 5-star Tao Saint realm? Feeling the explosive power of Yi Chunfeng's attack, the Devil Spirit Saint, who was shrouded in black light, revealed a look of disbelief. He couldn't believe that in just 1 year, Yi Chunfeng's strength had grown to such a level. This kind of growth speed was unheard of. 5-star Tao Saints. Hearing the Devil Spirit Saint's exclamation, Qi Qingtian's face darkened. He regretted that he had fallen out with Yi Chunfeng too early and lost the real recipe for the Heavenly Saint breaking pellet. Bring her to me. In order to successfully capture Yi Chunfeng and obtain his secrets, Qi Qingtian tied the planner of the sky to a 10-meter-tall stone pillar. He was prepared to use her life to threaten Yi Chunfeng. Qiankuan's sword formation, break. After continuously using the sky-splitting palm to break the attack pattern, Yi Chunfeng summoned 230 Qiankuan sword. He controlled the Qiankuan swords to form a powerful Qiankuan sword formation. It was like a sea of swords attacking the rapidly spinning formation vortex. Under the ferocious attack of the Qiankuan sword formation, a large number of cracks appeared on the formation vortex, rapidly depleting the power of the Tower of Babel. Qiankuan sword formation, Qiankuan strike. After breaking the formation vortex, Yi Chunfeng moved his mind. 5 before more than 100 Qiankuan swords fused together to form an invincible Qiankuan sword. With the power to destroy everything, it shattered the attack pattern and slashed at the formation vortex. Crack! A loud tearing sound was heard. The Qiankuan strike, whose power had almost reached the limit of a high-grade saint artifact, directly tore through the formation vortex and slashed at the formation restriction that enveloped the palace, causing a huge tremor. Tower of Babel, reverse Qiankuan, reveal Yamada no Orochi. The formation vortex was forcefully destroyed by Yi Chunfeng. Qi Qingtian held an ancient formation plate in his hand and burned the strongest power of the 8 Tower of Babel as well as the 8 monster cores that were suppressed. 8 beams of light shot into the sky and gathered above the violently trembling palace. They turned into a Yamada no Orochi with 8 heads and a body length of more than 1,000 meters. Demonic flames filled the sky and the aura of death surrounded it. What a strong power! This Yamada no Orochi's power was probably no weaker than that of a high-grade saint beast. Looking at the Yamada no Orochi formed by the 8 Tower of Babel, Yi Chunfeng did not show a trace of fear. Instead, he showed an extremely strong fighting spirit. He intended to test his true strength on the Yamada no Orochi. Hiss! The Yamata no Orochi opened all 8 of its bloody mouths and bared its fangs that were several meters long. It roared at Yi Chunfeng. Billows of demonic and demonic aura erupted, sweeping toward him like a bloody storm. Chingfeng, do you need help? The moment the Yamata no Orochi attacked, a figure wearing an ancient Taoist robe appeared. 184 Deity appeared beside Yi Chunfeng and asked in a low voice, "No need. I alone am enough to deal with this Yamata no Orochi." Yi Chunfeng shook his head and said fearlessly. A deafening dragon roar sounded from his body. A large amount of bloody light poured out of his body and merged with the sea of Tao Will, crushing the bloody storm that was coming toward him. True dragon transformation. In the next moment, Yi Chunfeng activated his body's potential and transformed into a true dragon that was several thousand meters long. He let out a dragon roar that could pierce through clouds and split rocks at Yamata no Orochi. He twisted his huge body and went up to meet the Yamata no Orochi. The true dragon transformation was a supernatural power of the Dragon Clan. It was extremely powerful. In addition, Yi Chunfeng had broken through to the 5-star Tao Saint realm. When he used the true dragon transformation, it was as if he had turned into a true dragon. In addition to the 150 million pounds of strength in his body, he was not at a disadvantage in the fierce battle with the Yamata no Orochi. He's too strong. I didn't expect that after not seeing him for a few years, this kid would grow to a level that I admire. Yes, I also didn't expect that the young man who needed our protection a few years ago would cultivate to such a high level. Senior Luotian, do you know Chingfeng's background? Who is behind him? The Tao Addict, the Black Lightning King, and the others looked at Luotian, who was the strongest and had guarded the inheritance of the human clan for more than 500,000 years. I don't know his background, but he can rise so quickly. I think he should have something to do with the 2 big figures hidden in the fighting spirit continent. Luotian looked at Yi Chunfeng, who had transformed into a true dragon, and said slowly, "Master, is there a human clan master who is stronger than you in the fighting spirit continent?" Tianji asked in surprise. "The fighting spirit continent is not as simple as you think." Luotian shook his head and said, "The one sleeping in the mysterious sea and the one in sky beyond are both beyond our imagination." "Master, do you mean Chingfeng may be related to Sky Beyond?" Tianji asked in surprise. "This is just my guess, but I have a feeling that the secret of Sky Beyond is about to be revealed." Luotian nodded and said, "Mobile reading website, book address. For the convenience of your next reading, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading record. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support." Chapter 1453. Yi Chunfeng transformed into a true dragon and fought with Yamata no Orochi for half an hour. The sky was damaged beyond recognition, and a large number of cracks were spreading in the void. Watermark advertisement test. Watermark advertisement test. Damn, what kind of fortuitous encounter did Yi Chunfeng have? How could he fight Yamata no Orochi without losing? The Yamata no Orochi formed by the 8 towers was one of the trump cards of the Yamata no godly nation to intimidate the other 2 godly nations. It was also the reason why the Yamata no godly nation stood tall in the central world. But now Yi Chunfeng's true dragon form was on par with Yamata no Orochi. This made the people of the Yamata no godly nation feel uneasy. True Dragon Triple Strike. Yi Chunfeng could transform into a true dragon for a limited time. At the last moment, Yi Chunfeng used his strongest power to launch a fatal triple strike on Yamata no Orochi. The true dragon shadows continued to attack Yamata no Orochi, shattering its attacks and shattering its 3 ferocious heads. At the same time, cracks began to appear on its huge body. Silver Sword Spirit Break. Returning to his true form, Yi Chunfeng activated his Silver Sword Spirit. It transformed into a dazzling silver sword light that seemed to contain a river of stars. It ruthlessly slashed at the severely injured Yamata no Orochi, breaking through the layers of formation runes in its body and splitting it in half. Silver Sword Spirit. He had cultivated a silver sword spirit. The demonic spirit saint, who was shrouded in black light, was shocked when he saw Yi Chunfeng summon a silver sword spirit. He knew how difficult it was to cultivate a sword spirit, let alone cultivate it to the silver level. Moreover, this was the low-level Duhan continent. What kind of fortuitous encounter did he get in the Duhan continent? The demonic spirit saint's eyes flashed with ferocity. He was more interested in Yi Chunfeng's fortuitous encounter. He had a feeling that if he could get Yi Chunfeng's fortuitous encounter, he might have a chance to take the most difficult step and break through to the Demon Lord realm in the lower world. Qi Qingtian, show me what you got. After controlling the silver sword spirit to break Yamata no Orochi, Yi Chunfeng stood in the air and shouted at the Yamata no royals with a domineering aura. Open the barrier and let him in. A cold light flashed in the devil spirit saint's eyes as he ordered in a gloomy voice. Okay, although Qi Qingtian was the holy emperor of the Orochi divine nation, he was no match for the devil spirit saint in terms of power and status. He dared not disobey the devil spirit saint's order and activated the restrictions around the palace. Come on. Let's go in. Luotian led the Tao addict, Tianji, and the others through the activated restriction and into the chaotic imperial palace. We meet again. The devil spirit saint, who was shrouded in black light, looked deeply at Yi Chunfeng and said in a deep voice, "You won't run away like a stray dog this time, will you?" Although the devil spirit sage was an ancient almighty and was one realm higher than Yi Chunfeng, who possessed the grand mist blood, was not afraid of him. As he spoke, Yi Chunfeng's gaze lingered on Planner of the Sky, who was covered in wounds, bound by the heavenly chains, and had long passed out. Seeing her being held hostage by Qi Qingtian, Yi Chunfeng kept thinking of ways to save her. Yi Chunfeng, although I don't know what you've been through all these years, it doesn't matter how powerful you are. This will be your grave in the end. The devil spirit saint said coldly. The devil spirit saint's demonic aura grew stronger and dyed the entire void black. Devil spirit saint, let's settle the grudge between us today. Although Yi Chunfeng's power shocked Luotian, Luotian knew how terrifying the devil spirit saint was. She was afraid of accidents and stepped forward. Luotian, I advise you not to interfere in this matter. Otherwise, when the demon lord wakes up, it won't just be one slash. Two beams of light shot out from the devil saint's eyes. He glared at Luotian and warned her coldly. Devil spirit saint, do you know why I haven't pulled out this dagger after all these years? Luotian's old face was filled with hatred. What, you still want to take revenge on the demon lord? Devil spirit saint said disdainfully. That's right, I'd rather be pierced by thousands of arrows to kill you all. Luotian's body exploded with a vigorous energy. He was like an awakened lion, baring his sharp fangs and ready to attack. Yi Chunfeng, today, the Octave Kingdom challenged you to a battle. If you dare to borrow the power of others, I'll immediately crush her head and send her to the afterlife. When the battle was about to start, Qi Qingtian shamelessly used Planner's life to threaten Yi Chunfeng. Qi Qingtian, what will it take for you to release Planner of Heaven? Yi Chunfeng said calmly. No one could see through his thoughts. It's simple, you and the devil spirit saint fight. If you win, I'll let you take Planner of Heaven. If you lose, you leave your life behind. Qi Qingtian quickly communicated with the devil spirit saint using telepathy. Alright, I agree. Yi Chunfeng agreed without hesitation. Luotian, leave him to me. I'll chop off his dog head. Qingfeng, this devil spirit saint's strength is unfathomable. He also has a supreme holy treasure. I'm afraid you're not his opponent. Luotian reminded him. Don't worry, Luotian, I'll kill him like killing a dog. Yi Chunfeng replied domineeringly. He stepped into the void and appeared above the 9 heavens. He looked down at the devil spirit saint and said, Devil spirit saint, come and die. Kid, I'll kill you today. The devil spirit saint's demonic energy erupted like a volcano. He carried a chilling demonic energy with him as he appeared in midair. He blasted out a palm strike towards Yi Chunfeng. As he blasted out a palm strike, the space filled with powerful restrictions began to fluctuate. The terrifying energy made many people feel suffocated. Even breathing became difficult. Silver sword spirit break. Yi Chunfeng's pupils shrank. The silver sword spirit flew out of his sea of soul and slashed at the devil spirit saint's palm like mercury. It broke the devil spirit saint's attack. Devil spirit saint, I'll beat you into a dead dog today. With that, Yi Chunfeng ignited his Hongmeng bloodline. All the potential in his body was unleashed. An ancient aura seeped out of his body, allowing him to break through the limit of 5-star Dao Saint and reach 6-star Dao Saint. What kind of bloodline is this? Feeling Yi Chunfeng's sudden increase in strength and the bloodline power that made his heart palpitate, the devil spirit saint revealed a serious expression. He summoned the supreme holy treasure hand of true devil without hesitation and attacked Yi Chunfeng. 9 Dragon Jade Annulus break. Igniting his Hongmeng bloodline, Yi Chunfeng had endless Dao power for a short period of time. He quickly deduced the 3 spirit-level Dao diagrams and poured all the soul power in his body into the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus. He controlled the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus to condense 8 deadly mad dragons. With the power to destroy everything, they collided with the hand of true devil. Boom! Boom! The attacks of the 2 supreme holy treasures collided. The terrifying power shattered the entire sky and shook the restrictions that enveloped the 8-point Imperial Palace. It was full of cracks. 9 Dragon Jade Annulus continued to attack. After the attack, Yi Chunfeng continued to control the endless Dao power to pour into the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus. He controlled the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus to continue to condense the deadly mad dragons and continue to attack the Devil Spirit Saint. Damn it, how is this possible? Under the continuous attacks of the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus, the Devil Spirit Saint's attack was instantly suppressed. He couldn't believe that Yi Chunfeng could control the supreme holy treasure to attack without any scruples. Boom! Deafening explosions continued to sound in the sky, shaking the eardrums of everyone in the palace. Many people were bleeding from their 7 orifices and fled in panic. Puff! The Devil Spirit Saint relied on his absolute strength to resist the attacks of the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus for more than 10 times. He couldn't hold on anymore. He spat out a mouthful of blood and fell from the void, smashing hard on the ground. Mobile reading site, book address. In order to facilitate your next reading, you can click on the bookmark below to record this reading record. You can see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1454. Lord Demonic Spirit Saint Qi Qingtian did not expect the Demonic Spirit Saint, a 6-star Demonic Spirit Saint, to be defeated so quickly. He was in disbelief and felt uneasy. Watermark advertisement, test watermark advertisement, test Demonic Emperor Furnace, suppress. Using the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus to severely injure the Demonic Spirit Saint, Yi Chunfeng immediately took out the Supreme Grade Sacred Treasure, the Demonic Emperor's Furnace. He activated the purple-eyed Dark Rhino's soul to increase the power of the Demonic Emperor's Furnace and suppress the Demonic Spirit Saint. He wanted to kill him while he was severely injured. True Demonic Hand, supporting heaven and earth. As the Demonic Emperor Furnace came down, the Demonic Spirit Saint ignored his injuries and controlled the true Demonic Hand to grow bigger and grabbed the Demonic Emperor Furnace. Yi Chunfeng, stop right now or I will crush her head. The Devil Spirit Saint was of great significance to the Octave Divine Nation. If he was killed by Yi Chunfeng, it would bring incalculable losses to the Octave Divine Nation. Qi Qingtian had no choice but to continue threatening Yi Chunfeng with the plunder of the heavens. Qi Qingtian, Didn't we agree that if I defeat the demonic spirit saint, you will let Diaotian go? Are you going back on your words? Is the Octave Kingdom so shameless? Yi Chunfeng glared at Qi Qingtian, who was holding Diaotian's head and threatening him, and said coldly, Yi Chunfeng, you are still so naive. Qi Qingtian threw caution to the wind and said, Stop attacking now, or I will crush her soul. Qi Qingtian, I am fine. Looking at Diaotian, whose head was bleeding, Yi Chunfeng's eyes turned cold. He glared at Qi Qingtian and took back the demonic emperor furnace. Yi Chunfeng, you're destined to be a loser if you go against me. Qi Qingtian laughed and said arrogantly, Yi Chunfeng, if you want her to live, then do as I say. Otherwise, not only will I crush her head, I'll also strip her naked. Can you bear to do that to such a beautiful girl? Qi Qingtian, my relationship with Diaotian is not as deep as you think. Yi Chunfeng thought, also, if anything happens to Diaotian, I swear to the heavens that I will kill everyone in the Octave Kingdom. 111 really? As he spoke, Qi Qingtian pointed at the back of the celestial plunder. A piercing pain spread through her entire body, waking her up from her deep coma. The moment she opened her eyes, she felt a chill on her back. The crazy Qi Qingtian had torn her clothes, causing her to scream uncontrollably. Yi Chunfeng, Diantian is still a virgin, but if you don't listen to me, don't blame me for taking her virginity in front of everyone. Just thinking about such a beautiful little beauty makes me excited, Qi Qingtian said viciously as he gently stroked Diantian's scar-covered back. Yi Chunfeng, don't worry about me. Hurry up and go. The pale-faced heaven plunderer suddenly shouted loudly when he saw Yi Chunfeng not far away. Oh, I didn't expect you two to be so lovey-dovey. Qi Qingtian grabbed Diaotian's blood-stained hair and said, Yi Chunfeng, I'll give you 10 breaths of time to consider. Either be obedient or I'll treat you to a good show. By the way, I advise you not to save her by force. That way, I can guarantee that she will suffer even more. Let me think about it. Looking at Diantian wailing in pain, Yi Chunfeng took a deep breath and suddenly entered the Qiankuan realm. Yi Chunfeng disappeared mysteriously. Qi Qingtian frowned slightly and began counting. When he counted to 6, his left hand that was holding Diantian's head began to exert force. Yi Chunfeng left the Qiankuan realm and said, Qi Qingtian, you win. What do you want me to do? It's simple. Break all your meridians and cripple all your Tao power. Then, I'll let her go. Qi Qingtian ordered with a sinister smile. No, Chunfeng, you can't trust Qi Qingtian's words. Even if you break your meridians, you can't save her. Luotian's expression changed slightly as she hurriedly said. Just as Luotian finished speaking, Qi Qingtian tore Diantian's clothes again, revealing her snow-white shoulders and blood-stained arms. Yi Chunfeng, I'm a heavy-handed person. Next time, I'll take off all her clothes and let everyone here admire her. Qi Qingtian warned coldly. Fine, I can break all my meridians, but you have to swear that after I break my meridians, you'll let Diantian go. Otherwise, I'll have to take her back by force. Yi Chunfeng took a deep breath and said, Yi Chunfeng, don't be so stupid. You'll really lose your life. Tears gushed out of Diantian's eyes. She struggled with all her might and shouted loudly. Qi Qingtian's expression darkened. He released his Tao power to suppress Diantian's voice, making her unable to speak. Fine, I swear by the Tao of heaven. As long as you break your meridians, I'll let her go immediately. No, Chunfeng. Luotian's body flashed and appeared beside Yi Chunfeng. She grabbed his shoulder tightly and said. However, the moment she grabbed Yi Chunfeng's shoulder, the muscles at the corner of her eyes twitched slightly. She sensed something. Senior Luotian, I can't just watch something happen to Diantian. I'm sorry. Yi Chunfeng quickly exchanged glances with Luotian. He took a deep breath and walked towards Qi Qingtian amidst Zhao Yuyan's shout. With every step he took, the meridians in his body would explode. Large amounts of blood flowed out from his golden dragon robe and dyed the ground red. Seeing Yi Chunfeng willingly explode his meridians for Diantian, Jiao Yuyan and Diantian were crying. The Tao addict, Tianji, and the others had the urge to stop him. However, since Luotian did not say anything, they did not act on their own. Their bloodshot eyes stared at Yi Chunfeng's back. They wanted to know if he had any other means to turn the situation around. Bang! Yi Chunfeng left behind bloody footprints. After walking for dozens of meters, his legs gave way and he knelt on the ground. Qi Qingtian, give me Diantian and I'll break my own meridians. Yi Chunfeng supported himself with both hands on the ground. He stared at Qi Qingtian with a ferocious expression and said weakly. Qi Qingtian quickly communicated with the heavily injured demon saint. Suddenly, he threw Diantian to Yi Chunfeng. At this moment, the demon saint attacked at the same time. He wanted to use this opportunity to kill Yi Chunfeng and prevent future troubles. Diantian. At this critical moment, Yi Chunfeng moved his mind and transported the heavily injured Diantian into the universe realm. However, the moment the Diantian disappeared, he attacked himself. 184 outside. He took the attack of the demon saint's hand of the true demon head-on. Boom! The supreme-grade true demon hand of the true demon slammed into Yi Chunfeng's chest. While shattering the golden dragon robe, it pierced through his chest. In the next moment, a large amount of violent energy surged out of the true demon hand and poured into Yi Chunfeng's body, shattering it. Qingfeng. Seeing Yi Chunfeng's body being destroyed by the demon saint's attack, the Tao addict, Tianji, and the others were all dumbfounded. They attacked without caring about their own safety. They all came back. However, at this moment, Luotian waved her arm. A strong hurricane swept up and pushed the Tao addict, Tianji, and the others back. Go to hell, kid. The demon saint quickly struck out a second palm. It slammed into Yi Chunfeng's head and exploded it. Mobile reading site, book address. To make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click Save at the bottom to record this reading. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1455. Dead, he's finally dead. Seeing Yi Chunfeng's head explode, Qi Qingtian let out a sigh of relief and revealed a cruel smile. Sogu, 360. Soso search JDXS free download, watermark advertisement test from their point of view, Yi Chunfeng would not be able to come back from the dead after his head exploded. How could this be? Qingfeng is dead. Jiao Yuyan's mind went blank as tears flowed uncontrollably. She could not accept the reality in front of her eyes. Luotian, it's time to settle the grudge between us. After killing Yi Chunfeng's head with one palm strike, the arrogant demon spirit saint looked at Luotian and the others. He wanted to use this opportunity to kill Luotian and the others and destroy the foundation of the human race. Demon spirit saint Qi Qingtian, aren't you very happy and proud right now? Just as the demon spirit saint and the others were about to attack, a deep voice suddenly sounded and reverberated in the chaotic palace. Who is it? Hearing Yi Chunfeng's voice, the demon spirit saint, Qi Qingtian, and the others were shocked. They immediately looked at Yi Chunfeng, whose head exploded and who was wearing the golden dragon robe. At this time, the broken golden dragon robe disappeared and Yi Chunfeng's body that was full of cracks also disappeared in front of their eyes. In the next moment, Yi Chunfeng walked out of the universe mirror, his entire body shining with Tao light and wearing the glazed flame profound armor. How can you be fine? Looking at the unharmed Yi Chunfeng, the demon spirit saint, and Qi Qingtian widened their eyes in disbelief. They could not believe what they were seeing. You don't have to worry about me. Laugh if you want, scream if you want. Once you're done, we'll slowly settle the score. Yi Chunfeng looked at the devil spirit saint Qi Qingtian, whose smile froze and said generously with a smile. Yi Chunfeng, I really underestimated you. I didn't expect you to use a clone to get out of this situation. The demon spirit saint regained his senses and his expression darkened. But don't be too proud. I'm the ruler here. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. Good, then I'll beat the hell out of you. With that, Yi Chunfeng stepped out with his sword steps and turned into an extremely sharp sword shadow. He attacked the devil spirit saint and fought with him in the air. I had forgotten how many years it had been since he was so happy. Looking at Yi Chunfeng, who was fighting fiercely with the devil spirit saint, Luo Xin's blood and fighting spirit were boiling. Everyone, listen to my order. Attack the royal family of Orochi and break the foundation of the Devil Clan. Senior Tsang, Lei Yi, Fire Qilin, Spirit Fish, and Yen have all come out. When Luotian led everyone to attack the Orochi royal family, Yi Chunfeng summoned all of his helpers, bringing an even greater disaster to the Orochi royal family. However, there was no sign of the Marquis of Qianming among his helpers. Clearly, Yi Chunfeng had made thorough preparations for coming to Octahead Imperial City this time. Qi Yixian, awaken the 4 great demon saints, have them come to help. Devil Spirit Saint didn't think that the situation would go out of control. He immediately shouted at Old God Emperor Qi Yixian. Good. Although the price of awakening the 4 great demon saints was huge, it was related to the life and death of Orochi royal family. Qi Yixian couldn't care less and immediately flew towards the Devil Mountain. Where are you going? Luotian took a step forward. The space shook and terrifying Dao power turned into a huge dragon. It roared and bit at Qi Yixian, not giving him a chance to escape. Suddenly, several black pillars of light rose from the Orochi royal family and pierced the sky. They collided with the huge dragon formed by Luotian's Dao power, shattering it and saving Qi Yixian. Using the restrictions of the royal family to escape, Qi Yixian raised his flying speed to the limit and flew towards the forbidden Devil Mountain at an extremely fast speed. Light of Heaven Xuanyuan, seeing Qi Yixian fly further and further away, Luotian frowned. She summoned her weapon. It was a saint weapon with a strange shape. It looked like a sword but wasn't a sword. It looked like a pillar of light and chased after Qi Yixian. Although Luotian's strength was far superior to Qi Yixian's, the Orochi royal family had layers of restrictions. These restrictions all originated from the ancient times and were created by the Almighty of the demon race. They were extremely powerful. Luotian couldn't break through the layers of restrictions even with the help of the extreme-grade Saint Weapon Light of Heaven Xianyuan. She could only watch as Qi Yixian rushed into the Devil Mountain. When Luotian failed to kill Qi Yixian, Song Kuan Wu and Lei Yi led the experts of the human race. Even if Qi Qingtian activated the strongest restrictions of the royal family and continuously killed Song Kuan Wu and the others, he still couldn't stop their fierce attack. The Almighty of the Orochi royal family continued to fall. Hongmeng blood, burn in order to end the battle quickly and kill Devil Spirit Saint. Yi Chunfeng didn't hesitate to overdraw his body. He once again burned the powerful Hongmeng blood and possessed endless Dao power. Mirror image. In the next moment, Yi Chunfeng once again created a mirror image that had the same battle strength as him. They attacked Devil Spirit Saint from the left and right. He used all his strength to suppress his attacks and forced him to retreat. True Demon Hand. Yi Chunfeng's battle strength was no longer the same as before. The mirror image's battle strength was not weaker than him. It was attacked by Yi Chunfeng and the mirror image like a tide. 5b4 Devil Spirit Saint could only use the True Demon Hand to defend. Sword Puppet. When the Devil Spirit Saint held the hand of the True Demon and attacked the mirror image doppelganger at all costs, the indestructible sword Spirit Puppet separated from Yi Chunfeng's body and blocked the mirror image doppelganger, taking on the True Demon's attack head-on. Qiankuan Sword. Qiankuan Strike. Yi Chunfeng summoned the Qiankuan Sword Array and merged the Silver Sword Spirit into the Sword Array, increasing the Sword Array's power. It slashed towards Devil Spirit Saint like a silver river, forcing him to dodge to the side. But the moment he dodged, the mirror image suddenly closed in on him and exploded with earth-shattering power. It slammed into his body, causing him to lose control of his body. Demon Emperor's Furnace, suppress. Seizing the moment Devil Spirit Saint lost control, Yi Chenfeng summoned the Demon Emperor's Furnace to suppress him. The Devil Spirit Saint couldn't dodge in time, and his legs were pressed into the ground. A large amount of blood seeped out from his arms. 9-Dragon Jade Wall, destroy him for me. Yi Chenfeng summoned the 9-Dragon Jade Annulus and channeled the boundless Tao energy in his body into the 9-Dragon Jade Annulus, forming 8 deadly dragons that continuously bombarded the Devil Saint's body. True Demon Hand, block for me. Devil Spirit Saint knew the power of the 9-Dragon Jade Wall. He continuously spat out several mouthfuls of essence blood into the True Demon Hand, activating the strongest power of the True Demon Hand. It turned into a huge hand that blocked in front of him, blocking the attacks of the 9-Dragon Jade Wall. Although the True Demon Hand and the 9-Dragon Jade Wall 68, it was a supreme-grade sacred treasure, but it still couldn't withstand the continuous attacks of the 9-Dragon Jade Wall. The stronger and stronger rebounding force constantly bombarded his body, shattering his body's defenses and worsening his injuries. 8 Strands Phantom Art. Seeing that Devil Spirit Saint couldn't withstand the continuous attacks of the 9-Dragon Jade Wall, he suddenly split into 8 clones and used the power of the clones to resist the attacks of the Demon Emperor's Furnace. Explode for me. While Mo Lingxing was using his 8 avatars to resist the attacks of the 9-Dragon Jade Annulus and the Demon Thearcha's Furnace, Yi Chenfeng suddenly closed in on his body and burst out with a force of 900 million pounds. He shattered the avatars in front of Mo Lingxing and slammed into his body. Poof! Devil Spirit Saint's chest was hit by Yi Chenfeng and directly collapsed. A large amount of blood spurted out from his mouth. His whole body was like a kite with a broken string and slammed into the ground. When Devil Spirit Saint struggled to get up, Yi Chenfeng once again approached his body with sword steps. He exploded with 900 million pounds of power and continued to attack him. He violently hit his body, aggravated his injuries, and directly blew him up. Mobile reading site, book address. In order to facilitate your next reading, you can click on the Save button below to record this reading record. You can see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1456. Devil Spirit Saint, this world is not the world of your demon race. Let me send you to reincarnation. Looking at the heavily injured Devil Spirit Saint, Yi Chenfeng controlled the Qiankuan sword to fuse with the Silver Sword Spirit and turned it into an invincible divine sword. With an invincible sword might, it slashed towards the Devil Spirit Saint. 88 Chinese? Less than or equal to equals. Less than or equal to. Yi Chenfeng wanted to take advantage of the fact that he was severely injured to kill him. Want to kill me? In your next life. The Devil Spirit Saint opened his mouth and spat out an irregular-shaped crystal covered with black scales. It collided with Yi Chenfeng's killing blow. Not good. The moment Yi Chenfeng slashed the scaled crystal, an unimaginable power burst out from the crystal. Like a meteor, it bombarded Yi Chenfeng. The space within a 1-mile radius was shattered by the explosion of the crystal. Devil escape. The Devil Spirit Saint glanced at Yi Chenfeng, who was engulfed by the explosion of the Devil Kirin crystal. Ignoring his injuries, he used the Devil escape to escape into the Devil Mountain. Suddenly, the Devil Spirit Saint, who flew a few thousand meters, stopped in midair. His blood-red eyes flashed with a terrifying light. Whoosh 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 whoosh. An ear-piercing sound rang out. Luotian, who was covered in injuries, under the pursuit of 4 black-clothed men, fled back in a sorry state. 4 Devil Saints, you are finally awake. Looking at the 4 men who chased after Luotian, the Devil Spirit Saint revealed a trace of savagery. He shouted at Qiyixian, "Give me the control crystal that controls the 4 Devil Saints." Yes, Lord Devil Saint. Qiyixian did not dare to disobey the Devil Spirit Saint's order. He gave the life stone that controlled the 4 Devil Saints to the Devil Spirit Saint. As for the 4 great demon saints, They were another trump card of the Yamata divine nation. They were refined from the corpses of 5-peak 6-star demon saints. They had no life and only knew how to kill. Their consciousness was completely controlled by the life stone. Every time the 4 devil saints were awakened, it would cause great damage to the life stone. Therefore, unless it was absolutely necessary, the Yamata divine kingdom rarely awakened the 4 devil saints. Swish. While the dark spirit saint was using the life stone to control the 4 demon saints, a sharp sword light tore through the chaotic space and slashed towards him. In the next moment, Yi Chunfeng, who had left the universe realm, tore through the collapsed space and appeared in front of the Holy Ghost. Senior Luotian, leave them to me. You go and help Senior Tsang and the others. Break the foundation of the devil race. Yi Chunfeng glanced at the heavily injured Luotian and said, "The 4 of them have very strong battle prowess. Each of them is comparable to a 6-star great devil saint." Luo Shen reminded him worriedly. "Don't worry, Senior Luo. I have a way to deal with them," Yi Chunfeng replied confidently. 4 great devil saints, tear him apart. The evil spirit saint glared at Yi Chunfeng, wanting to eat his flesh and drink his blood. "You have so much confidence from just 4 wandering ghosts? Today I'll show you what it means to be the king of zombies." Yi Chunfeng sneered and summoned the ancient bronze coffin that was suppressing the evil spirit saint. When he opened the ancient bronze coffin, an even more terrifying and pure demonic force and yin qi spread out from the ancient coffin. It was as though an ancient devil had awakened. In the next moment, the evil spirit saint walked out of the ancient bronze coffin. His body was shrouded in dense yin qi. His eyes were hollow and flickering with lightning. Although the evil spirit saint had 3 seals in his body and couldn't display his strongest strength, he could still display the strength of a peak 6-star great devil saint. Zombie King, Evil Spirit Saint. The smile on the evil spirit saint's face froze when he saw the evil spirit saint walking out of the ancient bronze coffin. His eyes were wide open. Although the 4 great devil saints were powerful and had the strength of a peak 6-star Dao saint, they were far from the evil spirit saint's level. A zombie that cultivated into a evil spirit saint would have the strength of a demon emperor at the very least. Evil spirit saint, slaughter them. Yi Chunfeng gave the order to evil spirit saint to kill. Following that, Yi Chunfeng summoned more than 10,000 gold devouring beetles, desolate insect sovereigns, and a large number of insects to launch fatal attacks on the Orochi Imperials. The experts of the Orochi Imperials were already unable to withstand the attacks of Tsang Kunwu, Lei Yi, and Lei Huang. Now that they were attacked by the gold-devouring beetles and desolate insect sovereigns, their losses were even greater. A large number of Orochi Imperials experts lost their lives, torn into pieces by the gold-devouring beetles and desolate insect sovereigns. Roar. Blood, I want to drink blood. When the experts of the Orochi royal family suffered the devastating blow, Mo Ba let out an extremely savage roar, bringing with him an evil power that made people shudder as he attacked the 4 great devil saints. Rumble. When the evil spirit saint and the 4 great devil saints' attacks collided, an earth-shattering explosion swept out in all directions, causing the heaven and earth to tremble. Although the evil spirit saint's strength was sealed, he was much stronger than the 4 great devil saints in terms of defense and strength. Relying on his powerful body to withstand the destructive power that tore through space, the evil spirit saint continued to attack the 4 great devil saints, suppressing them with his strength alone. Qingfeng, be careful. Luotian looked at the evil spirit saint with surprise and warned. She then charged towards the experts of the Orochi Imperials and started a frenzied massacre. Lord Devil Saint, this is for you. The 4 great devil saints were completely suppressed by the evil spirit saint, and the situation was reversed. The evil spirit saint wanted to retreat, but at this time, Qi Yixian took advantage of the chaos and passed a fruit that was filled with traces of devil qi to him. Devil fruit. Looking at the fruit that Qi Yixian passed over, The evil spirit saint frowned slightly. The devil fruit was a fruit that grew in the heaven domain. It contained a powerful evil force, and after consuming it, one could borrow the evil force to stimulate all the potential in the body and increase one's strength. However, the side effects of consuming the devil fruit were equally great. After consuming it, not only would it overdraft one's lifespan, it would also cause immeasurable damage to the body. Without 100 years of time, it would be impossible to recover. But at the moment of life and death, the evil spirit saint couldn't care less. He looked at Qi Yixian with deep meaning and quickly swallowed the devil fruit. Who? When the devil fruit entered the evil spirit saint's body, it immediately melted and released a vast amount of evil force into his body. It greatly increased his strength, making him infinitely close to the battle strength of a one-star devil saint. Die! With his strength increasing sharply, the evil spirit saint fiercely stepped on the void, causing cracks to appear in the void. With endless devil power, he tore through the chaotic space and attacked Yi Chunfeng. Boom! The evil spirit saint's body collided with Yi Chunfeng's body. It was like two meteorites colliding fiercely, exploding with a terrifying power, causing cracks to appear on Yi Chunfeng's glazed flame profound armor. And how did his strength increase so much? Feeling the evil spirit saint's strength increase sharply, Yi Chunfeng, who felt a trace of numbness in his body, revealed a surprised expression. Baki illusion magic art. After suppressing Yi Chunfeng in terms of battle strength, the evil spirit saint's body moved and instantly transformed into 8 demonic shadows. They surrounded Yi Chunfeng and attacked him with fatal attack. Sacred flame triple transformation. Yi Chunfeng's mind moved, and the 3 sacred flames instantly ignited. Then, Yi Chunfeng merged with the heaven-suppressing orb and sacred blood orb, increasing his strength to the peak. He rushed towards one of the demonic shadows and relied on his absolute strength to destroy it. True demonic hand. Seeing Yi Chunfeng killing his way out of the encirclement, the evil spirit saint turned into an afterimage and appeared in front of Yi Chunfeng. Holding the true demonic hand, he pierced through layers of space and pressed towards Yi Chunfeng. Boom! The true demonic hand and the 9-dragon jade annulus in front of Yi Chunfeng collided, creating a powerful rebounding force. It bombarded Yi Chunfeng's body at close range and forced him back. In the next moment, the 7 demonic shadows attacked Yi Chunfeng with fatal attacks. The terrifying attacks instantly annihilated him. Chapter 1457. Die. The moment Yi Chunfeng was annihilated by the heavy attacks, the devil spirit saint, whose entire body was boiling with terrifying devil qi, flew straight up and continuously spat out a few mouthfuls of blood essence into the true devil's hand, stimulating the power of the true devil's hand. With an unparalleled sense of oppression, it fiercely pressed towards Yi Chunfeng. Watermark advertisement test. Watermark advertisement test. Although Yi Chunfeng's strength was terrifying, the hand of the true demon was a top-grade holy treasure. The devil spirit saint had refined it for hundreds of thousands of years and had long been connected with it. He could almost exert its strongest power. If Yi Chunfeng was hit by the hand of the true demon, his body would be shattered no matter how strong it was. Life spirit technique. Life burning at the critical moment, Yi Chunfeng burned 5,000 years of his life and used the majestic power of life to break through the shackles of the limit of the divine saint realm. He had the strength of a one-star Tao master for a short time. However, the strength of a one-star Tao master was too terrifying. Yi Chunfeng, who used the life spirit technique, could not fully control it, causing the realm to be unstable. Demon Emperor Furnace break. Yi Chunfeng infused the boundless Tao energy in his body into the Demon Emperor's furnace, activating the Demon Emperor's furnace's power to the greatest extent. He controlled the Demon Emperor's furnace to fly up like a burning meteor, colliding with the true demon's hand at close range. Crack! Although the hand of the true demon was powerful, it could not resist the Demon Emperor furnace with the purple-eyed black rhino soul. Under the fierce impact of the demon emperor furnace, the handprint of the hand of the true demon was broken. Then, the two top-grade holy treasures seemed to have a life of their own as they fought fiercely in the air. What kind of secret magic is this? How can it make him so strong? After eating the devil fruit, the devil spirit saint's strength reached the limit of a 6-star devil saint. However, he found that Yi Chunfeng was stronger and more terrifying than him at this time. Sword step Yi Chunfeng's feet flashed and directly tore through the violent storm of destruction. He approached the devil spirit saint and summoned the cosmos sword formation, forming a terrible sword tornado and directly engulfing the devil spirit saint. Demon suppression art being attacked by the extremely powerful Qiankuan sword formation that was comparable to a high-grade sacred artifact, the devil spirit saint immediately used the powerful demon suppression art, forming a terrifying suppression. B68 force forcefully suppressed the sword tornado, weakening its power. Black Dawn Sacred Sword. When the Qiankuan sword formation was forcefully suppressed by the devil-suppressing holy art, Yi Chunfeng flew into the air and summoned the high-grade holy sword Blackly Holy Sword into his hands. Fusing with the power of the silver sword spirit and the Qiankuan sword diagram, he slashed towards the demon spirit saint who had torn apart the sword tornado. True devil tactics. At this critical moment, the demon spirit saint condensed a tall and sturdy true demon phantom wrapped in billowing demonic qi. It rushed forward, resisting Yi Chunfeng's sword with all its strength. Qian ear-piercing tearing sound was heard. Yi Chunfeng's man and weapon as one slash tore apart the true demon's shadow. It carried an unstoppable power as it slashed towards the devil saint. It shattered the scales that covered the devil saint's arms and sent him flying. Next, 3 spirit-level Dao diagrams emerged from his body, transforming into a terrifying Dao Si and 3 doomsdays. They carried the power of calamity and slammed into Devil Spirit Saint, not giving him a chance to breathe. True Demon Hand, return. At this moment, Yi Chunfeng's power was too terrifying. The Devil Saint couldn't resist at all. Even if he burned his bloodline power to the extreme, he still couldn't resist Yi Chunfeng's tide-like attacks. He wanted to forcefully summon the true Demon Hand back. At this moment, the Demon Emperor Cauldron came down, ruthlessly suppressing the true Demon Hand, directly breaking the Devil Saint's greatest trump card. Theurgy Tyrant Kick, Dragon Subduing Pillar, Desolate Furnace of Heaven. When the Demon Emperor's furnace was restraining the true demon's hand, Yi Chunfeng pushed the power of Dao to the extreme. He continuously used mystic arts, saint techniques, and Dao formulas to bombard the Devil Spirit Saint and worsen his injuries. 4 great demon saints return. As his injuries worsened, the Devil Saint could only forcefully summon the 4 great demon saints back. However, Mo Ba's power was even more terrifying. He controlled the bronze coffin to attack fiercely, shaking the 4 great demon saints like Mount Tai, not giving them a chance to save the Devil Saint. Gu Jianga, sword heart connecting to the moon. While Mo Ba was dealing with the 4 great demon saints, Yi Chunfeng's entire body turned into a bright moon, unleashing a terrifying sword will. Along with the dazzling song of the great Dao, he ruthlessly slashed at the wounded arm of the Devil Saint, splitting open the tough black scales and chopping off his arm. Demonic escape. With his arm chopped off, the Devil Saint was terrified. He didn't hesitate to use demonic escape, turning into a ray of demonic light to escape. Qiankuan sword formation, forbidden space. Yi Chunfeng moved his mind, and the 230 Qiankuan swords spun rapidly, sealing off the escape route of the Devil Saint. Lord Demon Lord, save me! At the moment of life and death, the Devil Saint shouted at the Devil Mountain that was shrouded in black fog. Today, no one can save you. As he spoke, Yi Chunfeng merged with the silver sword spirit. His entire body turned into a ray of white sword light, sweeping across the 9 heavens and 10 earths, evolving the great Tao. 5 before he slashed at the Devil Saint who had lost his left arm. Ah, break for me! Feeling the destructive power of Yi Chunfeng's sword, the demon spirit saint let out a loud roar. It stimulated the greatest potential of its body and evolved the spirit-level Tao diagram. It continuously used powerful killing moves to weaken the might of Yi Qinfeng's sword that had fused with the silver sword soul. The Devil Saint's counterattack was extremely terrifying, but the offensive power of the silver sword spirit was beyond the limits of the central world. Moreover, Yi Qinfeng was far stronger than the Devil Saint. With just one slash, the Devil Saint's consecutive killing moves were broken one after another. The Devil Saint's body was even split open by Yi Qinfeng, injuring his internal organs. "Human, can this farce end now?" A deep and ancient voice resounded from the Devil Mountain. A black hand shot out from the mountain and grabbed at Yi Qinfeng with extreme speed, stopping him from killing the Devil Saint. I said, "No one can save him." Yi Qinfeng had long been on guard against the sneak attack of the Devil Venerables. When the Black Hand was about to grab him, he immediately controlled the 9-dragon Jade Annulus to isolate the void. He condensed 9 dragons of extermination to shatter the Black Hand. At the next moment, Yi Qinfeng appeared in front of the heavily injured Devil Saint. He erupted with more than 1 billion gene of power and continuously attacked the Devil Saint's body, causing it to explode. "Human, if you don't stop now, don't blame me for starting a massacre." The Devil Saint let out an angry roar. The terrifying voice caused the space to tremble violently. Spatial trajectory. 184 annihilate. Yi Qinfeng ignored the Devil Saint's warning and entered the attack trajectory, unleashing a fatal blow at the Devil Saint. Boom. The Devil Saint couldn't dodge in time and was directly struck by Yi Qinfeng's silver sword spirit. He directly exploded. The soul in his mind was also forcefully shattered by the silver sword spirit's terrifying sword intent. The Devil Saint had fallen. "Human, I swear I will kill you all." Sensing that the Devil Saint was killed by Yi Qinfeng, the Devil Saint in the Devil Mountain was furious and woke up from his slumber. At the next moment, he frantically extracted the Devil Mountain's power and fused it into his body, suppressing the injuries that couldn't be healed. The Devil Saint in the Devil Mountain had awakened, and the situation was reversed once again. Mobile reading site, book address. To make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click bookmark at the bottom to record this reading. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1458. Senior Luotian, the ancient demon lord in the Demon Mountain, has awakened and is going all out to destroy the Orochi Royal Palace. Watermark advertisement test. Watermark advertisement test. Yi Qinfeng shouted as he summoned the primal chaos divine wood to suppress the true demon's hand and put it into the universe realm. The ancient demon lord's strength was terrifying. Yi Qinfeng might not be a match for him even if he used the life spirit technique and burned 5,000 years of his lifespan. However, he had already prepared a backup plan and was not afraid of the ancient demon lord's pursuit. Okay. Luotian nodded. She held the light of heaven Xianyuan in her hand and attacked crazily. While she killed the almighties of Octahead Divine Nation, she destroyed the ancient palaces in the Octahead Imperial Palace. She destroyed the symbol of Octahead Divine Nation, the Octahead Imperial Palace. Crack. Just as the Orochi royal family was about to be annihilated, the restrictions in the Demon Mountain were broken. A bottomless chasm spread across the Demon Mountain. The ancient demon lord has awakened. Let's leave this place. Yi Qinfeng might have the strength of a Tao lord for a short period of time, but his realm was not stable. He did not continue to kill. He led everyone to break out of the Orochi royal palace, which was filled with a thick smell of blood. 4 great demon saints stopped them. Qi Yixian, who had saved his life with many trump cards, ordered loudly. After this battle, a large number of almighties from the Octave Divine Nation had fallen. The entire palace was covered in blood. When he thought about how his efforts had been destroyed, he felt his heart bleeding. He wished he could cut Yi Chunfeng and the others into pieces. Those who stop me will die. Yi Chunfeng roared and attacked the 4 great demon saints with Luotian, Mo Kuei, Song Kun Wu, Lei Yi, and the fire Qilin. The will of the great path that everyone had deduced quickly merged into the silver sword spirit. Endless silver light shone from the sword spirit, illuminating the void. It was like a rapidly flowing Milky Way, slashing at the 4 great demon saints who were conjuring the divine skill. Boom! Boom! The earth-shattering explosion could be clearly heard within a radius of 100 miles. A terrifying storm spread through the void, causing the entire space to tremble. Under the attack of the silver sword soul, the body of a demon saint was penetrated, and the terrifying sword will poured into his body. 111 His body was riddled with holes. Explode. Then, Yi Chunfeng ignited the 3 saint fires, unleashing a force of over 1 billion jin. Like a burning meteor, he slammed into the devil saint's body, causing his cracked body to explode. Yin and Yang Pisces. The instant Yi Chunfeng forcefully smashed a devil saint into pieces, Luotian also executed her strongest attack. She deduced the yin-yang Dao will to the extreme and condensed a yin-yang twin fish disc, which fiercely bombarded the body of another devil saint. Kachacha. Under the attack of the yin-yang twin fish disc, demon saint lost control of his body. His tough body started to crack, and he slammed into demon saint's body behind him. The light of heaven Xianyuan, borrow the power of the world to destroy the demon Luotian, leaped into the air and unleashed a secret technique. She forcefully borrowed the terrifying power of the world and infused it into the light of heavenly Xianyuan. With a single slash, she shattered the heavily injured demon saint's body. They're all back. Seeing the 2 ancient devil sages being destroyed by Yi Chunfeng and the others, Qi Yixian immediately wanted to summon the other 2 ancient devil sages back to prevent further damage. Don't go back, let's perish together. Yi Chunfeng controlled the Cosmos Sword formation to restrict the space, sealing off the escape route of the 2 ancient devil sages. Following that, Song Kunwu, Lei Yi, Lei Huang, and the others controlled their strongest sage treasures and continuously bombarded the bodies of the 2 ancient devil sages, worsening their injuries. All of you deserve to die. In the chaotic Devil Mountain, an angry roar rang out again. An even more terrifying giant hand with flowing black light flew out from the Devil Mountain and grabbed towards Yi Chunfeng and the others. Moo! A loud roar rang out from the Demon Emperor's furnace. Infused with Yi Chunfeng's endless Dao energy, the Demon Emperor's furnace collided with the giant black hand and resisted its attack. 9 Dragon Jade Annulus, destroy. Yi Chunfeng infused endless Dao energy into the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus and controlled it to condense 9 deadly dragons. They evolved into an invincible Dao aura and attacked the 2 ancient devil masters. After the 9 deadly dragons, Yi Chunfeng continued to infuse Dao energy into the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus and condensed more deadly dragons. Not even an ancient devil master could control a supreme-grade sage treasure to attack without any restraint. When Yi Chunfeng controlled the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus to attack with all its might, Luotian, Song Kunwu, Lei Yi, and the others also executed their powerful sage skills and attacked the 2 ancient devil masters. Under the ferocious attacks of Yi Chunfeng and the others, the injuries of the 2 ancient devil masters worsened. In the end, their bodies were shattered by everyone's combined efforts. Humans, you have angered this ancient devil. When the 4 ancient devil masters were killed one after another, a several dozen meter tall devil shadow emerged from the chaotic Devil Mountain. Its entire body was filled with devil chi, causing the heaven and earth to tremble. Senior Luotian, Big Brother, everyone, I will stop this ancient devil master. All of you leave this place quickly. We will meet in the 9 heavens divine nation. Feeling the destructive devil power released by the devil shadow, Yi Chunfeng immediately asked Luotian, Tianji, and the others to leave. Qingfeng, I will stay behind to help you deal with him. Luotian didn't leave when she saw the ancient devil master who injured her and left a dagger on her body. Okay. Yi Chunfeng nodded. He controlled the chaotic divine wood to suppress the Taoist power that was faintly out of control in his body. He was ready to fight the ancient devil master head-on and buy time for Tianji and the others to leave. Master, fifth brother, take care. Tianji and the others nodded. They jumped onto a spiritual boat summoned by the Tao Addict and flew out of the chaotic Yamata Imperial City at an extremely fast speed. Come back. When the ancient devil master saw the Tao Addict driving the spiritual boat away, he threw out a palm that evolved the Great Way. It was as if a giant hand that could swallow heaven and earth grabbed the spiritual boat that was flying at an extremely fast speed. Roar! Roar! Roar after roar of dragons resounded in the 9 dragons' jade wall. Under the stimulation of Yi Chunfeng's endless Taoist power, 9 deadly wild dragons flew up and bombarded the ancient devil master one after another. They blocked the ancient devil master's giant hand that stretched out across the space. Qingfeng, the ancient devil master's strength is terrifying. I am afraid that he has reached the limit of 1-star Dao Master. If we are no match for him, leave quickly. I will help you. Luo Shen looked at the ancient devil master, who was roaring angrily and releasing suffocating power, and said in a dignified tone, "Don't worry, Senior Luo Shen, I have already prepared a backup plan. If we are no match for him, we will teleport away." Before they came, Yi Chunfeng left Marquis Qianming outside and asked him to set up several teleportation formations to deal with any trouble they might encounter at any time. Good. Luo Shen's eyes lit up. He appreciated Yi Chunfeng even more for his meticulousness. He believed that Yi Chunfeng's means were enough to help the human tribe rise. Luo Shen, how dare you lead people to destroy the foundation of the demon tribe and start a war? It seems that I must destroy the inheritance of the human tribe. Using the power of the demon mountain to suppress his injuries, the ancient devil master appeared in the sky above the Yamata Imperial Palace where blood flowed like a river. He looked at Luo Shen fiercely and recognized him. Devil Master, the current Fighting Soul Continent is no longer the original Fighting Soul Continent. It's time for a change. Luo Shen ignored the terrible evil spirit that was leaking out of the ancient Devil Master's body and replied domineeringly, "Good, good, good. I will see how you ants of the human tribe can change the world." The ancient Devil Master's deep eyes shot out like lightning. He held a powerful heavenly halberd that was at the level of a supreme sacred weapon. With endless evil spirit, he slashed toward Yi Chunfeng and the others. Mobile reading site, book address. To make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click on the Collect button below to record this reading record. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1459. Boom. The ancient demon supremacy's sky piercer collided with the demon emperor's cauldron in the sky, erupting with a force that could tear the sky apart. Watermark advertisement test Cosmos sword formation. Cosmos strike. When the ancient demon supremacy relied on his absolute strength to smash the demon emperor's cauldron away, Yi Chunfeng controlled the Cosmos sword to form a giant sword that was dozens of feet long. Fusing with the silver sword soul, it slashed towards the ancient demon supremacy. Humph, an ant will always be an ant. An ant will never be able to shake a tree. The ancient demon lord snorted coldly and smashed his halberd against the Qian Kuan giant sword, causing it to explode with a single blow. This ancient demon supremacy 111, how could he be so strong? Yi Chunfeng ignited his primordial bloodline and used the life spirit technique. For a short period of time, he also possessed the combat strength of a Dao master. However, he realized that the ancient demon supremacy's combat strength was far superior to his. Even the silver sword soul could not hurt him. Yin-Yang Pisces plate. When the ancient demon supremacy broke Yi Chunfeng's killing moves, Luo Shen took the risk to approach the ancient demon supremacy. Her hands moved like flowing water, forming a yin-yang Pisces plate and attacking the ancient demon supremacy's back. All of a sudden, the space behind the ancient demon lord began to wrinkle, stacking layers to block the yin-yang Pisces plate. Demon supremacy, I want to drink the blood of the demon supremacy. Emoba's hollow eyes flashed with a chilling murderous light. He locked onto the ancient demon supremacy and raised the ancient bronze coffin high up. He smashed it with all his might and started to fight with the ancient demon supremacy. Although the ancient demon supremacy's combat strength was far superior to Emoba's body was too strong. In addition to the sealed power in his body, he constantly dissolved the ancient demon supremacy's attack. For a time, the ancient demon supremacy was unable to destroy Emoba. Ba, you actually have the strength to subdue a Ba. The ancient demon supremacy held the sky piercer and smashed Emoba again and again. However, he could not cause any substantial damage to him. This made his face turn gloomy. He ignored the old injuries on his body and attacked with all his might. Dragon subduing pillars. While the ancient demon lord and Emoba were fighting fiercely, Yi Chunfeng had derived the 3 spirit-level Dao diagrams to the extreme, forming dragon subduing pillars that were hundreds of feet tall. With hundreds of millions of pounds of suppressive force, they continuously bombarded the ancient demon lord's body. At this moment, Luotian, Song Kuan Wu, and Lei Yi also controlled their saint treasures and saint artifacts to attack fiercely. They wanted to gather everyone's strength to suppress the ancient demon sovereign. Howl! The ancient demon lord raised his head and roared at the sky. A power that was beyond the imagination of Yi Chunfeng and the others erupted from his body. It was like an erupting volcano, piercing through the sky and shattering the attacks of Yi Chunfeng and the others. The saint treasures that were attacking him were sent flying. 9 Dragon Jade Annulus. Blast. Ordinary attacks could not harm the ancient demon lord in the slightest. Yi Chunfeng crazily poured endless Dao energy into the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus, controlling it to constantly grow bigger, isolating the entire space. He constantly condensed, killing berserk dragons, attacking the ancient demon lord from mid-air. Blood Devil Mountain. Suppress. The 9 deadly dragons attacked. The ancient demon venerables immediately summoned the supreme grade saint treasure, the Blood Demon Mountain. They controlled the Blood Demon Mountain, which constantly expanded and suppressed the dragons that were baring their fangs and brandishing their claws. They evolved the Great Tao and weakened the attacks of the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus. Yin-Yang Pisces Plate. Yin-Yang Reversal. The ancient demon lord's battle strength was beyond imagination. In order to severely injure him, Luotian controlled the power of the world to fuse into her body, forming a huge Pisces plate. She forcefully reversed Yin and Yang to attack the ancient demon lord and disperse his attacks. Demon Lord Bloodline Ignition. After being attacked continuously, the ancient demon lord also felt the pressure, forcing him to ignite his powerful demon lord bloodline to increase his strength. However, the moment he ignited his demon lord bloodline, the old injuries in his body showed signs of flaring up, forcing him to continue absorbing the power of the demon lord to suppress his injuries. Demon Emperor Furnace. Destroy. When the ancient demon lord drained the power of the demon lord and counterattacked with all his strength, Yi Chunfeng injected the inexhaustible Dao power in his body into the 9 Dragon Jade Annulus and the Demon Emperor Furnace, controlling the 2 supreme grade saint treasures to attack fiercely. While the 2 supreme grade saint treasures attacked, Yi Chunfeng also controlled the 3 holy spirits to fuse together to form the Wrath of God's punishment, bombarding the ancient demon lord. Partition space. When the ancient demon lord was engulfed by the tide-like attacks, he immediately used the mysterious space rule to partition the space around his body and neutralize the heavy attacks. Well, he's gone. When the Demon Emperor Furnace forcefully shattered the space track, Yi Chunfeng unexpectedly discovered that the ancient demon lord was gone. Not good. Suddenly, Yi Chunfeng felt danger beside him. Without thinking, He immediately used the sword steps and increased his speed by 10 times to dodge. However, the ancient demon lord's attack speed was too fast. Before Yi Chunfeng could dodge, he waved his sky piercer and smashed over. The amazing speed made Yi Chunfeng unable to make a second reaction. He could only instinctively burst out with more than 1,000,000,000 pounds of strength and defend with the Black Dragon Sacred Sword. Bang! When the sky piercer that shattered the void hit the Black Dragon Sacred Sword, B68, the Black Dragon Sacred Sword that was filled with 1,000,000,000 pounds of strength was shattered. A terrifying force passed through the Black Dragon Sacred Sword and poured into Yi Chunfeng's arms, causing his arms that were comparable to low-grade saint artifacts to be filled with cracks. A large amount of blood flowed out uncontrollably. As for Yi Chunfeng, he lost control of his body and was smashed to the ground by the ancient demon lord, creating a huge crater in the ground. Go to hell! Yi Chunfeng fell to the ground with serious injuries. Immediately, 3 experts from the Octave Divine Nation approached him and controlled their respective sacred treasures to bombard his body, wanting to kill him. Vertigo Art Yi Chunfeng, who was covered in blood, narrowed his eyes. The soul of a 6-star Tao saint exploded, forming a terrifying vertigo power that directly blasted into the soul sea of the 3 experts from the Octave Divine Nation, tearing their souls apart and causing them to have splitting headaches and bleeding from their 7 orifices. Silver Sword Soul, extinguish. Following which, the Silver Sword Soul flew out of Yi Chunfeng's soul sea and turned into a white light that pierced through the bodies of the 3 Nirvana Realm experts from the Octave Divine Nation, killing them. Yi Chunfeng had just killed the 3 Nirvana Realm experts when the ancient demon lord controlled the Mount Blood Devil to come crashing down, smashing Yi Chunfeng under the Mount Blood Devil. Cheng Feng. When Luotian saw that Yi Chunfeng was unable to escape from the suppression of the Mount Blood Devil, her heart trembled and revealed a worried expression. Don't worry, Luotian. Cheng Feng has his own life-saving method. A mere ancient demon lord won't be able to kill him. Song Kuan Wu and Luotian were old acquaintances. Seeing Luotian's worried expression, Song Kuan Wu transmitted a message. As expected, when the ancient demon lord summoned the Mount Blood Devil back to attack Imoba, Yi Chunfeng, who was perfectly fine, left the universe realm. He stepped on the universe sword diagram and continued to attack the ancient demon lord. A spatial treasure. I didn't expect you to have such a high-grade spatial treasure in such a low-grade realm. Looking at the unscathed Yi Chunfeng, the ancient demon lord frowned. He didn't expect Yi Chunfeng to be able to control the spatial treasure's defense. However, as the ultimate weapon of the Octave Divine Nation, the ancient demon lord possessed many heaven-defying trump cards. When Yi Chunfeng and the others joined forces to attack, the ancient demon lord used his powerful trump card. Rays of black lightning like devil light broke out of his body. Under his control, it rapidly circled around and disrupted the void, engulfing Yi Chunfeng and the others in the devil light. Mobile reading site, book address. For the convenience of your next reading, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading record. The next time you open the bookshelf, you will be able to see it. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1460. What kind of attack was this? After being attacked by the black demonic light, Yi Chunfeng realized that his physical body was constantly shattering. Lei Yi, Song Kunwu, and the 3 sacred beasts were severely injured. He quickly teleported them back to the Qiankuan realm. Watermark advertisement test true demonic furnace. The ancient demonic lord's hands moved quickly, controlling the demonic light that engulfed Yi Chunfeng and the others to quickly condense into a black furnace. He wanted to refine Yi Chunfeng and the others to death. 9 Dragon Jade Wall break. In the face of danger, Yi Chunfeng continued to control the endless Tao energy and poured it into the 9 Dragon Jade Wall. He condensed a powerful, murderous dragon that flowed with innate Tao patterns. 5 Before Furnace. At this moment, Luotian also held the light of heaven Xianyuan in her hand and continuously unleashed powerful killer moves. She attacked the true demonic furnace together with Yi Chunfeng, trying to break out of the encirclement. However, the true demonic furnace that the ancient demonic lord unleashed was extremely powerful. Even when Yi Chunfeng and Luotian worked together, they still couldn't break the true demonic furnace. The demonic emperor's furnace returned. At the critical moment, Yi Chunfeng summoned the demonic emperor's furnace back and transmitted a message to the wounded Luotian. Senior, don't resist. I will send you to my spatial treasure and then we will teleport away. After that, Yi Chunfeng moved his mind and teleported Luotian to the Qiankuan realm. Then, he crushed the teleportation disk and released a powerful teleportation force that shot into the sky. He brought Yi Chunfeng with him and disappeared. Where are you going? Looking at Yi Chunfeng who teleported away, the ancient demonic lord was enraged. He immediately used a secret technique and disappeared from the Orochi imperial palace. He chased after Yi Chunfeng and the others with all his might. Father, do you think the demonic lord can kill Yi Chunfeng, that little bastard? Qi Qingtian would never have dreamed that Yi Chunfeng, whom he had never taken seriously, would grow to such a level in just a few short years. He had single-handedly pushed the Orochi royal family into a bottomless abyss. Don't worry, the demon lord is invincible in this world. That little bastard and Luotian will definitely die. Qi Yixian, whose face was as gloomy as water, said gloomily, even if he really escapes this time, they can't cut off the inheritance of our Orochi royal family. No one can shake the inheritance of our Orochi royal family. 5B4BR so fast. When Yi Chunfeng was teleported to the first teleportation array, the god-eating brain, which was rapidly deducing, felt the aura of the ancient demon Venerable approaching at an unimaginable speed. It quickly crushed the second teleportation array disk and appeared thousands of miles away. It met up with Marquis Qianming, who had been waiting for a long time and was hiding in the mountains, and flew out of the mountain range. Just as he flew out of the mountain range, Yi Chunfeng broke into a long river and entered the universe realm. Qingfeng, I didn't expect you to have such a spatial treasure. This is really too shocking. Luotian looked at the universe realm's beautiful, fairyland-like environment and breathed in the pure true spirit energy. She couldn't help but praise. I got this treasure by chance. Yi Chunfeng smiled slightly and said vaguely. After speaking, Yi Chunfeng swallowed the unripe longevity fruit into his stomach and recovered the 5,000 years of life that he burned. He breathed in the true spirit energy, and with the help of the spiritual pearl of life, he quickly healed his body's injuries. When Yi Chunfeng and the others were healing in the universe realm, Yi Chunfeng's sharp perception passed through the universe realm and felt the aura of the ancient demon Venerable appear in this lush mountain range. This ancient demon Venerable's methods were indeed terrifying. In such a short time, he actually caught up to her. Yi Chunfeng showed a trace of a dignified expression, and his mind was constantly thinking of ways to deal with the ancient demon Venerable. After thinking for a while, Yi Chunfeng's eyes lit up, and he thought of a way to fight the ancient demon Venerable. 111 He activated the universe realm, and when the ancient demon Venerable sensed him, he crushed the third teleportation array disk and disappeared from the bottom of the river. Following that, he crushed the fourth and fifth teleportation array disks and appeared at the border of the 8 divergent divine nation. Spirit boat. After escaping the ancient demon Venerable's pursuit in a short time, Yi Chunfeng summoned the spirit boat and injected a large amount of low-grade heavenly crystals into it. He quickly flew in the direction of the 9 chasms. About a day later, the extremely fast spiritual boat appeared outside the 9 chasms. Just as Yi Chunfeng guessed, the ancient demon Venerable had used a heaven-defying method to lock onto him and was chasing after him at an extremely fast speed. 9 chasms break. Yi Chunfeng didn't reduce his speed and controlled the spirit boat to pass through the 9 chasms, appearing in the eastern continent. he steered the spirit boat towards the East Sea at an extremely fast speed. Human brat, I advise you to stop your meaningless struggle. Even if you go up to the sky or down to the ground, don't think of escaping from my pursuit. After crushing the 9 chasms with absolute power, the ancient demon Venerable appeared in the eastern continent. He locked onto the speeding spirit boat and let out a ferocious roar. Let's talk about it when you catch up with me. Yi Chunfeng didn't back down and continued to inject low-grade heavenly crystals into the spirit boat. He controlled the spirit boat to speed up and fly towards the east. Boom, boom, boom. When the ancient demon Venerable was chasing after Yi Chunfeng, he constantly blasted out powerful killer moves in an attempt to slow down the spirit boat's flying speed. However, the God-Eater brain had undergone a metamorphosis and its ability to evolve was extremely strong. Under its evolution, Yi Chunfeng could always predict the trajectory of the ancient demon Venerable's attacks and control the spirit boat to dodge them. When the ancient demon Venerable used the opportunity when the spirit boat was dodging to close the distance between him and the spirit boat, Yi Chunfeng constantly summoned the 3 holy spirits and used the wrath of God's punishment to attack. Slowly, the speeding spirit boat entered the endless sky above the East Sea where the sea and the sky merged into one. Boom! The sea splashed everywhere. Yi Chunfeng drove the spirit boat into the rippling East Sea and entered the universe realm to hide before the ancient demon Venerable entered the East Sea. Yes, he disappeared. After entering the East Sea, the ancient demon Venerable realized that Yi Chunfeng's aura had disappeared. His dark eyebrows were tightly knitted together as he released a powerful soul power to search. However, after activating the 2nd level of the universe realm, the universe realm was hidden better. In addition, due to the influence of the sea, the ancient demon Venerable couldn't find the location of the universe realm. After searching for 15 minutes with all his might, the ancient demon Venerable had no choice but to leave this sea region and quickly enter the East Sea to continue searching for Yi Chunfeng's whereabouts. After about 3 days, Yi Chunfeng left the universe realm and summoned the Golden Wings Flying Feather. He flew in the East Sea and headed towards the Xingluo continent. As he flew, the ancient demon Venerable's aura appeared again, but it was far away. Yi Chunfeng didn't slow down or hide. He continued to speed up in the East Sea. After flying for half a day, the ancient demon Venerable relied on his absolute strength and speed to close the distance between him and Yi Chunfeng and launched a fierce attack at him. Primordial Bloodline, Ignite. Under the fierce attack of the ancient demon Venerable, Yi Chunfeng decisively ignited his primordial bloodline and summoned the 9-dragon Jade Annulus. As he fled, he controlled the 9-dragon Jade Annulus to condense a killing dragon and bombarded the ancient demon Venerable, not giving him a chance to get close. How could it be? How could the Tao energy in his body be endless? Under the continuous attacks of the 9-dragon Jade Annulus, the ancient demon Venerable's heart was in turmoil. Even he couldn't continuously control a supreme-grade sacred treasure to attack. Under the indiscriminate bombardment of the 9-dragon Jade Annulus, the space of the East Sea continued to shatter and the ancient demon Venerable was forced to retreat. Yi Chunfeng seized this opportunity and continued to fly towards the Xingluo continent. After about 2 days, Yi Chunfeng, who was constantly using his methods and trump cards, finally saw the vast and boundless Xingluo continent through the violently tumbling sea. Mobile reading site, book address. In order to facilitate your next reading, you can click on the Collect button below to record this reading record. You can see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1461. Teleportation Formation. After flying into the Xingluo continent, Yi Chunfeng quickly crushed a teleportation formation disk and disappeared right in front of the ancient demon lord's eyes. Watermark Advertisement Test. Watermark Advertisement Test. This teleportation formation was left behind by him when he left the Xingluo continent. He didn't expect that it would really come in handy. Human brat, I'll definitely kill you if you go up to the sky or down to the ground. The ancient demon lord was so angry that his lungs almost exploded when he saw Yi Chunfeng slip away right under his nose. He let out an uncontrollable roar, and the terrifying sound waves shook the 9 heavens, causing the space within a radius of dozens of miles to vibrate. After teleporting several thousand miles away, Yi Chunfeng circulated the soul-devouring art and concealed his aura. After determining the direction, he flew towards the Xingluo Heaven City at an extremely fast speed. After about a day, Yi Chunfeng, who was flying at an extremely fast speed, crossed an extremely vast area and appeared in the Xingluo Heaven City, which was enveloped by powerful restrictions. Break. Yi Chunfeng tore through the layers of restrictions and pointed his finger at the void. A terrifying finger light directly tore through the impregnable restrictions of the Xingluo Heaven City, creating a gap. Who was it? Just as Yi Chunfeng tore through the restrictions and entered the Xingluo Heaven City, several furious roars rang out. Layers of restrictions turned into stars that filled the sky and attacked Yi Chunfeng. Yi Chunfeng lightly waved his arm. The terrifying power of Tao Will was like a stormy sea as it bombarded the restriction stars that were flying towards him, shattering them one by one. Qianguqiu, come out and meet me. After forcefully breaking through the attacks of the Xingluo Heaven City's restrictions, Yi Chunfeng's vigorous voice rang out in the sky above the Xingluo Heaven City. In the next moment, Qianguqiu, who had just broken through to the 6th grade combat beast emperor, appeared in the sky with a group of higher-ups of the Xingluo Heaven City. Young Master Yi, looking at Yi Chunfeng and sensing the domineering aura emanating from his body, Qianguqiu's heart inexplicably trembled, and he hurriedly stepped forward and bowed respectfully. Qianguqiu, activate the strongest restriction in Xingluo Heaven City, then order the residents of Xingluo Heaven City to leave this place. Yi Chunfeng gave an irresistible order. Yes, young Master Yi. Even though Qianguqiu was confused, he didn't ask any questions. He immediately followed Yi Chunfeng's instructions and moved the residents of Xingluo Heavenly City away, then activated the most powerful restriction in Xingluo Heavenly City. Just as Xingluo Heaven City's residents were evacuating from the city, endless streams of black light surged from the horizon like a rolling tide, approaching Xingluo Heaven City at an astonishing speed. Without my orders, no one is allowed to leave Xingluo Heaven City. If I am no match for you, quickly leave Xingluo Heaven City and run for your lives. Seeing the ancient demon sovereign chasing after them, Yi Chunfeng warned and flew out of Xingluo Heaven City. Standing in the air, he silently looked at the ancient demon sovereign, who was approaching with monstrous demonic flames. Brat, why aren't you running anymore? Looking at Yi Chunfeng, who was standing in the air with his hands behind his back, waiting for him in Xingluo Heaven City's silence, the ancient demon sovereign's deep eyes flashed with a thick murderous intent as he asked coldly, I think this place is pretty good. Let's settle our grudges here, Yi Chunfeng replied domineeringly with a smirk. Ha ha ha, human brat, I know you have a lot of tricks up your sleeve, but in this world, fists do the talking. The ancient demon sovereign glanced at Xingluo Heaven City, which was floating in the air, and laughed loudly. His terrifying voice shook the clouds in the sky. What a terrifying aura! The burly butcher, who was clad in battle armor, looked at the ancient demon lord whose roar pierced through the clouds. His heart trembled. He turned to Qianguqiu and asked, Can you feel the strength of the person who is fighting the city lord? If I'm not wrong, that person's strength has surpassed the limits of this world. It's at a level that we can't even imagine. Qianguqiu said with a serious expression. Can the city lord defeat him? Butcher and the others' expressions changed slightly as they asked worriedly. Believe in young Master Yi, he is invincible. Although Qianguqiu's brain was controlled by the God-Eater brain, he had long been convinced by Yi Chunfeng. Alright, the game is over. Die. As he spoke, the ancient demon sovereign punched out. The terrifying fist instantly shattered the sky, leaving a long trail of black light behind it as it bombarded Yi Chunfeng. Sword steps. As the fist light that could shatter the dome of the heavens approached, Yi Chunfeng executed the sword steps, increasing his speed by 10 times. He continuously twisted and turned in the air, dodging the fist attack of the ancient demon sovereign. However, a huge black hole appeared in the void under the ancient demon sovereign's punch. Primordial bloodline ignition. After dodging the ancient demon sovereign's attack, Yi Chunfeng decisively ignited his primordial bloodline. His strength instantly surpassed that of a 5-star Dao Saint and reached the level of a 6-star Dao Saint. Then, he merged the heaven-suppressing orb and the Saint Blood Orb, increasing his strength to the limit of a 6-star Dao Saint. It's no use. Your struggles are all in vain. Here. B68 In this world, I am invincible. No one is my match. Although Yi Chunfeng's strength increased rapidly, the difference between a Dao Saint and a Dao Sovereign was too great. With Yi Chunfeng's current strength, he was still unable to threaten the ancient demon sovereign. Is that so? Then let me break your invincible golden body. As he spoke, Yi Chunfeng used the inheritance treasure of Xingluo Sky City to merge with the power of Xingluo Sky City. His strength increased further, surpassing that of a 6-star Dao Saint and reaching the level of a 1-star Dao Sovereign. The ancient demon sovereign frowned slightly. There was a subtle change in the way he looked at Yi Chunfeng. He looked at the dazzling Xingluo Sky City. I see. I was wondering why you fled all the way here. It turns out that there is such a mystery in this Sky City. The ancient demon sovereign's face darkened. Without wasting any time, he summoned his supreme-grade sacred artifact, the Heavenly Halberd. Like a huge mountain, he smashed it towards Yi Chunfeng. 2 billion points of power. The ancient demon sovereign swung the Heavenly Halberd. Yi Chunfeng activated his 5 acupoints and raised his strength to the maximum. He held the superior-grade sacred artifact, Black Dawn's sacred sword, and went up to meet the attack. Boom! The 2 sacred artifacts collided. The terrifying power caused the heavens and earth to tremble. The entire void collapsed as if a pillar had collapsed. Sure enough, with the power of Xingluo Sky City, I can withstand the ancient demon sovereign's attack without using my life spirit technique. Facing the ancient demon lord Sky Piercer head-on, Yi Chunfeng did not fall into a disadvantageous position. This made him feel much more at ease. Using the sword steps, he continued to charge towards the ancient demon lord and engaged him in an intense battle. Dong! 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 The 2 of them clashed again and again. It was as if a divine bell had appeared between heaven and earth, shaking the 9 heavens. The 2 of them wantonly fought each other, using speed to fight speed and strength to fight strength. Neither of them showed weakness as they faced each other with equal harshness. The space where they fought shattered. It was as if the end of the world had arrived. This terrifying scene shocked Qingu Qiu and the others who were guarding Xingluo Sky City. They could not help but tremble. Mobile reading website, book address. To make it easier for you to read this book next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this book. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support.